And we are live. Hang on. There it is.
We're live! Woohoo!
Live, coming at you.
That means you're going to go live on your Facebook page.
I'm going to go live on it.
You guys are not going to believe this, but like Monday, Saturday, Sunday, we are going to be able to do all kinds of cool shit. And it's just going to keep getting better.
It's going to be all kinds of slickness going on in this podcast.
So we should probably introduce ourselves.
Probably.
Let's go. Tell them who we are.
My name is Doug. This is my wife.
I'm Stacy.
And this is Marital Hate.
We don't really hate each other.
We're married. For now.
For now? Eat a dick. So anyway, if you're new here, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll cringe. We have a lot of regulars that are like, I don't know, they're like family to us. We love them. We look forward to talking to them
Pretty
every
much.
single night.
I imagine that they have alarms set to be near a
speaking
computer.
of which, I don't think I turned my alarm off.
Oh.
I don't know if they have alarms set to be near a computer, but I will tell you, these people are fucking unbelievable.
It's appointment viewing for these folks, and we're here to deliver the goods.
I don't know. I'm just like super proud of. I don't know. I'm just super proud of what we've done so far, and we've got a long ways to go. But you know, the fact that we bring people together and everybody's doing well, that makes me really happy. Hey, Todd.
Yeah, we made something.
So I have a request tonight, and this is a permanent request that I will be emitting every episode. When you guys hear one of us say something that is completely absurd, obviously Doug, because I never say anything absurd. What is that look on your face?
It's a look of disdain.
Marital hate?
It's disdain.
Okay. Anyway, whatever the most fucked up or crazy thing somebody says is this episode, I want you guys to tell us, because we're going to name the episode that. And so,
because right now, this episode is episode 36. It's not that exciting.
Not exciting. But if you told us, like, oh, dude, you said anything can be used as a dildo, then that would be probably the name. And then maybe we give you a little prize. We are working very hard, not only to make what we have work for you guys, but to expand it. And we're actually already talking about what we're going to do to celebrate our 100th episode. And that will involve rewarding our loyal viewers for being, in fact, loyal viewers.
It's like a revenue share, only without revenue.
We have no revenue. You have no revenue.
Yeah, nobody gets revenue out of this.
But we're working on.
Don't get excited, folks.
But we are working on something. We would love to be like Mr. Beast, who's like,
oh God,
here's a house.
Fantastic.
He gave away an island recently.
Something's gonna happen with that guy. It's gonna come crashing and burning.
Think he's like a diddler or something?
No. I'm thinking like
I don't think people, he seems like a really nice guy.
People don't like other people giving away money. So like I think so maybe there's gonna be
maybe
not. Who knows? I hope not, because he seems legit. He seems like a good guy. Anyways,
they do a ton for charity.
We seem like good people.
So anyway, we do this thing. We do the podcast. We drone on and on incoherently. Mostly me, and then at the end we talk to our friends, because y'all have had something to say. Last night the comments were on fucking fire.
There's all kinds of crazy crap going on.
But I think we got some people missing tonight that are normally here. The chatters.
I'm telling you, sometimes Fridays are a big hit, and other times Fridays are not a big hit. So we'll see. This is whatever.
We came in with like some limited notes today.
Yeah. So we have limited notes. It's kind of a free for all. It's free for all Friday.
Well, it's always a free for all.
Well, that's kind of true.
It's free for all Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But Saturday night, 8 p.m.
This Saturday.
Not Saturday. Sunday.
I thought it said Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
Mother's Day. So one thing part of the reason we do the podcast is because we don't want people to feel lonely and isolated. I think a lot of people feel lonely and isolated in this world, be it because it's a very digital world, or because they're people are constantly on their devices, or because you have a chronic illness like me. So we try to connect people, and we know that with Mother's Day being Sunday, that's a hard time for some people. Like maybe if you have lost a parent, or you have a complicated relationship with a parent, or you lost a child, or you were unable to get pregnant, or you gave a child up for adoption, or you had an abortion, or you had like whatever circumstances anybody has had where Mother's Day is hard for them. We want to just kind of make you feel less alone in the world. So we're going to do Saturday, 8 p.m.
Sunday.
Sorry, Sunday. I'm so sorry. Sunday, 8 p.m. We're going to play, we're going to do like a little podcast and we're going to play Jackbox. And so you'll just need to, you'll log into the podcast and we will give you a link. And you could, in a perfect world, you would watch on your laptop and play on your phone. But you could also just play on your phone, whatever like works for you. But it's usually really fun. It's kind of like Cards Against Humanity. So I think you guys are really going to like it.
Yeah. There might be a little lag. We'll have to work that out, but there
won't be a lag.
Because there's about a 3-second lag from our live feed to the internet.
But they'll have the code.
They'll have the code. They'll be playing in real time.
They'll be playing in real time because they have the code, so it doesn't matter what is on our page. So anyway, so we have some notes that we would like to chat you up with. What do you got, Doug?
I got nothing.
Nothing?
I have no notes.
You were not prepared for class.
I have no notes. Today was, well, this wasn't a good week for me, but today was a little fragmented. We ended up getting some promo videos out. I learned some things on how to make a
videos.
Oh,
you edited the one promo.
Yeah, I edited that, but then now I have it so that like I can just dump in another video in it with our logo on it, sized for other social media outlets like Instagram.
Fucking fantastic.
Yeah, this is cinematic.
There's different formats.
Yeah,
there's wide and there's
skinny
narrow.
phone shape.
So anyway, we have a bunch of stuff. One of the things is we have been reading Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. This book, I'm sure you can buy used or audiobook or download it.
Or we could read it to you over the phone if you call us.
If you, I'm not reading this
for
book
a small
again.
fee.
I'm not reading this book again. I will say there were, I'm like kind of like a dork about like productivity and efficiency, so bear with me.
Dork.
But I'm gonna give you the conclusion of the book.
Conclusion coming.
So it's like
spoiler alert.
So it's like you read the fucking thing yourself. You just take credit for it. Just say I read this book.
You're gonna ruin it.
Say when I say I read, I mean
the frog dies. Okay, the frog dies. Spoiler alert.
The frog does not.
The frog gets eaten.
So all right. So here's the conclusion. I'm not gonna read the whole chapter, but they give you. Here's a summary of the 21 great ways to stop procrastinating and get more things done faster. Start out Friday night. Pour yourself a cocktail. Watch a ridiculous podcast. And we will give you productivity tips.
Productivity.
It's like you read the whole fucking book yourself. Okay, ready?
This is a life hack. This podcast.
1, set the table.
Set the table.
Decide exactly what you want. Clarity is essential. Write out your goals and objectives before you begin. I'm a big fan of this. I use the Law of Attraction Planner.
The blank
Doug
sheet.
has a blank piece of paper. That's why we have marital hate. You do
It's all
you.
in here. It's like a vault.
Plan every day in advance. Think on paper. Every minute you spend planning can save you 5 or 10 minutes in execution.
That's...
Something I do every night. Doug?
Save a tree. Keep it in your head.
I have a book.
Okay.
Apply. You could also use your computer.
I could do that.
Apply the 80-20 rule to everything. 20% of your activities will account for 80% of your results. Always concentrate your efforts on the top 20%. That raises a good point. I needed to do all this film editing.
Yes.
Right? And we needed to find a restreaming platform. And by finding a restreaming platform, by the way, ended up being way easier than it was. I was just doing the wrong thing. I needed to join a Facebook group for podcasters so I could ask questions like this. I did, bam, answer. I watched YouTube videos for podcasters, asked the question there, bam, answer. So it led me down a rabbit hole, and it was definitely an 80-20 fucking situation right there. Number 4, consider the consequences. Your most important tasks and priorities are those that have a most serious consequences, positive or negative, on your life work. Focus on those above all else. Yeah, I think you should feed your kids and probably the dog.
Yeah, things that need nurturing.
Don't sit there and do bong hits
Nutrition.
without feeding your dog or your kids. But after you put the kids to bed, it's reasonable. Number 5, practice creative procrastination. Since you can't do everything, you will learn to deliberately put off tasks that are low value, so you have enough time to do the things that really count.
Low
so
value.
that means pushing off shit forever that you like. Oh God, the second strand of pool lights. We have put that off forever because we've been focused on doing the podcast rather than putting up fucking pool lights. That's okay.
Well, I also need the little, what are they called, zip ties.
You didn't need the zip ties for the first ones.
Well, if I was going to put them up properly, they would need zip ties.
Okay, well, go to the store and buy some zip ties.
Okay.
Okay.
See if this solves that problem. And while I'm there, I'll get a toilet seat.
I don't know about this. I like the taped up toilet seat. It's
So ghetto.
that's why I like it. It feels like home. Use the ABCDE method continually. Before you begin a list of tasks, take a moment to organize them by value and priority to be sure you're working on your most important activities. So you get a list of 50 things. What's the most important on that list?
50 things.
Well, maybe, but
a lot of writing.
ABCDE, you want to have prioritize the top priorities.
Right.
Focus on key result areas. Identify the results that you absolutely positively have to do the job well and work on them all day long. So, whatever that
all day
looks like
sucker.
for you. Apply the law of three. Identify 3 things you do in your work that account for 90% of your contribution and focus on getting them done before anything else. Prioritize. Prepare thoroughly before you begin. This is actually really good. Get all of your shit together. Close all your tabs. Shut your fucking phone off. Shut everything off. And focus on what's at hand.
Focus.
Take it one oil barrel at a time. You can accomplish the biggest complicated job if you just do it one step at a time. And that's a recurring theme in the book. I'm probably going to glaze over the steps because this is running long. But, write down you can take and write down all the steps of a project, and then it seems more reasonable. So, like, when we moved to Florida, we decided 31 days before we were, was it 31, 32? 32 days
close.
before we were moving?
Close, yeah.
No, I think it was 29 days before we were moving because
Wouldn't
we
surprise
left
me
over
with you.
Thanksgiving and we decided like October
Yeah.
29th. So we had to sell everything in a 4-bedroom house, move across country, rent a car, get a trailer put in, ship a car. It was a whole fucking thing. But I'd written a ridiculous list of all the steps I had to do, and I prioritized them. It made it very easy.
So you said one oil barrel at a time. That's also known as the Donkey Kong method, where in the original Donkey Kong he would throw oil barrels.
Yeah, you jump over the arrow barrels, and you jump up, climb up the little ladder, do that funny little walk, and you're good to go.
And sometimes you can go up, get that hammer, and start smashing the oil barrels. And yeah, so
upgrade your key skills. Self-explanatory, I think.
upgrade. Yeah.
Identify, get extra good at something you're already good at, which is why I read productivity books, even though I'm already good at it. Identify your key. I like to rub things off on Doug too. I'm hoping that if we are together long enough, I will be able to sing, and he will be very
Productive.
organized. No, you're productive. You're a little scattered. You're like the Nutty Professor. And then identify your key constraints. It's like your bottlenecks or problems that you have. Like for me, I get distracted by shiny objects. If I use a timer, it helps me tremendously. But we all have to do whatever. Put the pressure on yourself. This is a good one. You basically pretend you're going on vacation for a month, and you got to get the project done before you go, so you don't come back to a disaster. It works. Motivate yourself into action. They basically want you to be your own cheerleader. I do this. They want you to be optimistic and constructive. I use a planner, and I give myself stickers for every little stupid fucking thing I do. It's I don't know. It works for me. They talk about technology being a terrible monster, meaning taking breaks from technology, particularly social media.
Like this.
Don't
podcast.
get not this. This
okay.
listen,
This
you're
is
fucking learning
all
things.
right, I'm just saying.
They're learning things with
It's contradictory.
fuck peppered in there from a lady whose marijuana has not quite kicked in yet. Don't worry, kids. It's about to get crazy. And we're learning. We're learning, boys and girls. And today is brought to you by the letters. Come on, it's like Sesame Street.
I don't really know
F
letters.
and U. Well, not you. We love you guys. So they basically tell you to take a break from technology, and then they also talk about technology being a wonderful servant.
Oh.
And so they can free yourself from some difficult things. And I've been having some fun with ChatGPT. I don't think it's not entirely reliable, but it's helpful with some things. So sometimes it can help you out. Focus your attention. Stop your interruptions and distractions. Shut your phone off. Turn off email alerts. That's a big one, because when you do your email, like you're in a project, you stop to check your email, it takes you 17 minutes to refocus. That's fucked up. Slice and dice tasks.
Slice and dice.
Break it down into small pieces,
Like
we already
Ginsu
talked
knife.
about. Create large chunks of time. That means go in your calendar and block off the fucking time. Tell everybody you're not busy. Treat it like you got a hair appointment, a doctor's appointment, perhaps a surgery.
Tell people to pound
a funeral. Just
No, otherwise
block
they're gonna-
the fucking time off. You're not available.
sand. Because guess what? You got to do some work in those hours.
Develop a sense of urgency. It just means to focus on your key tasks and get them done early. One of the things that they talk about
Lighting your hair
is
on
getting
fire.
a jump on things before anybody's awake, and that's a big one.
I used to be a big proponent of that.
I would like to get up a little earlier than we have been, but we're up a little bit late with you guys. And then single handle every task. Set clear priorities. Start immediately on your most important task, and then work without stopping until the job is 100% complete. Which you can't always do. But
So
anyway, you basically just read a book. You're welcome. Yes, the flamingos are here cheering us on. They're in a. That pyramid is sloppy.
we had.
They look like a bunch of drunk cheerleaders are falling off of each other. Is what's happening. But
they're having fun.
We do enjoy the flamingos. They all have names. They start with F's.
And that's for another time.
It's for another time,
Yeah,
I guess.
I think so. We don't need to talk about that right now.
Okay, what do you want to talk about?
I have no idea. It was very hot here today. I actually enjoyed the pool today. It was very nice.
Thank you with all of your contributions to the pod. It was hot. I went in the pool. I have nothing else to say today. Go ahead, Stace. Figure it out. But don't talk about 5 things I don't want you to talk about.
Wow.
That marital hate for you.
That's a long week.
All right, well, what do you want to talk about? Want to talk about a nice story I heard?
A nice story?
A nice story.
A nice story. Please tell me about the
I read, and by read I mean watched on TikTok. This
I've seen the clips.
This it was a Ring camera video. This man, he has a new baby and a wife, and he goes outside with his cup of coffee to sit on his porch. And his neighbor from next door is 88 years old and comes over and says, "Do you mind if I have a cup of coffee with you?" And he sits and they enjoy a cup of coffee together. And I just think it just, first of all, it makes me think I need to check on more of my neighbors, despite the fact that I'm probably more crippled than most of them. But it's, yeah, I need to check. Oh, she got her lawn mowed. When did that happen?
Maybe today.
I was out here half the day, or whatever. Anyway, we want to, I don't know, it's just like really sweet when like people do kind things, and I think people are really looking for a sense of community.
I actually belong to a thing on social media. It's called the Good News Movement, and it's all those kind of things. It's like when people help each other, or it's aptly named too, because it's the complete opposite of what you're hearing like in the world, with mass shootings and blah blah blah. Like this is like somebody helped an old guy, or like things of that nature, or they rescued a dog out of a storm drain or something. And it just like when I see them, it just like kind of restores my faith in the world like a little bit.
So
like
for some reason I'm subscribed to that too, and for some reason I don't get the post, but maybe you could share one of those a day, because I think people would like some good news.
Yeah, no, Good News Movement. That's that would be a thing. That and the gorillas eating stuff is also my favorite. Gorilla Tube, TUBE, close-up camera of gorillas eating stuff. I'm fascinated by it.
I have a funny story.
About gorillas?
It's about cheese.
Okay, I have not seen a gorilla eat cheese. Just mostly vegetables.
Well, it was actually funny. So a friend of mine today is having a conversation with someone who's looking for a relationship, and they're looking on the on the apps or whatever. And on the app,
on the apps,
the app, the app. He opens up the app, and he had connected with someone, but his their political beliefs don't align, and he didn't want to go out with her. And his sister said, "Are you going out, to have fun, or are you going out to talk politics?" And he's like, "When I eat cheese, I become the cheese." And I thought, I don't know if this is a euphemism for oral sex or what, but I think it's good to listen. We have different political perspectives, and that can be a challenge, to say the very least. In any case, I think you are what you eat. Like, it's very important to and I think that I become the cheese is a little ethereal, and
that gentleman might have been saying, like, sometimes you sort of absorb into the person that you're with, or whatever.
Absolutely, and I think people do that.
And that's very true.
But I still think it was a sex euphemism, because that's where my brain goes. So I thought that was funny. I don't know why, but I have deviled eggs on the list today, because we had deviled eggs today, and I'm always happy when we have deviled eggs.
We kind of talked about deviled eggs last night, and I'm like, we were going to do our meditation, our breathing, so that takes about as long as the eggs do in the Instant Pot. So I threw them in, and afterwards, the goat cheese, a little mustard, little smoked paprika, and a little mayo. And what I did is I I also cooked up a little bacon, crumbled up in there. Fantastic. The deviled egg is an underrated, I guess, source of protein meal, breakfast
Entertainment,
meal.
joy,
So good.
love.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that you could do something kinky with a deviled egg?
Could you do something kinky with a you could anything can be a dildo if you work hard enough.
Do not put a deviled egg up your ass. It's going to get stuck up there. You're going to have to get it removed in the emergency room.
Yeah, but it could be like a ping pong show and
You're going to end up on the
shoot it
goddamn
across the
internet.
room.
You will be the guy, the girl, whoever, put a deviled egg up their hoo-ha.
There's probably some
their bundt cake.
sort of weird pleasure that you could derive from a deviled egg. I don't know what it would be, but I'm sure that some lunatic out there would say, hey, this looks good.
Okay. We have this plan of having this. So Sanibel is this beautiful island near here. It's like if Martha's Vineyard in Hawaii had a baby. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we want to have the Sanibel Deviled Egg Festival, like at the beach. You know, when you're a hot
We keep
Florida,
promoting it.
Hot Florida summer day, nothing better than
At the
sandy
beach
deviled eggs.
than a nice
And
lukewarm deviled egg.
we have deviled eggs a fair amount. And my little friend does hers with sriracha lime mayo. And she says that they were very good. And she puts candied bacon on top.
Well,
Send us your deviled egg recipe.
Yes, that's
a deviled ostrich egg is something I came up with before Risa.
That would be like for
minds think
Thanksgiving
alike.
breakfast. You'd have a big deviled egg, ostrich egg.
And one of the things that has come up is that, oh my God, hippos eating pumpkins is cool as shit, and gorillas eating things are fucking amazing. Our friend Jeff, I didn't think he was going to make it tonight because he had a play.
He's zooming home right now.
He is zooming home, and he is here with us.
Well, that's all right. We'll wait
Hi
for
to
you.
Jeff. Hi to Jeff and Lisa and Risa and Todd, and we got everybody rhymes.
Yeah. I believe that Risa probably watches a lot of the same stuff I do, like Fiona the hippo. I think it's in the Cincinnati. It's just unbelievable.
I will tell you that Risa keeps very different hours than you do. She is up at 4 watching our podcast. She watches it the next day.
Risa, I'm sorry.
She's a farmer.
She's up and out. Oh yeah, like a farmer.
So I forget, and I don't know if she's still doing it, but they had a farm stand. Yeah, she's like a farmer.
Oh, nice.
I think. Risa, correct me if I'm wrong. But I would definitely like a deviled ostrich egg. And she enjoys Esther the Wonder Pug. I don't really know who that is, but we'll have to look into it.
Not exotic enough for me, the pug. I gotta go like a Wonder Pig. All right, well that's still not very exotic.
Oh, a Wonder Pig.
But if this thing's like, if this pig is like water skiing and doing card tricks, I think I might watch.
Why is a pug not exciting enough for you?
Pug is not. It's a common house pet. I like pugs, I really do. But I'm just saying that if it's a Wonder Pug, you gotta do some like trigonometry or something.
They're just weird fucking little animals. When they go,
yeah, they kind of are. That's why they use them in those Men in Black suits. What is that? The Men in Black movies? Yeah, like the aliens took
the biggest pug that I think about is our, may she rest in peace, Pearl the pug.
Pearl.
Pug would be Pearl would be our dog-in-law.
Yeah.
My dog-in-law. Your nephew?
My nephew dog.
Niece would be my niece dog. I don't know. Anyway, she passed.
Well, there was Pearl, and there was 2 pugs prior to that.
Oh, they just keep buying the same dog over and over again?
Well, they had a boy and a girl, and then they passed away, and they got Pearl, which was a new little girl.
Oh, I had a Scotty, and I miss him terribly. One of my friends suggested that I get a cat today. We cannot have pets, and also I'm super allergic to cats.
We have a little pet over here.
We have the lizards. They're our pets. We talk to them every day. Actually, one of them was like hiding all morning, and then as soon as Doug came,
he comes out.
He came running out. He loves Doug. Doug talks to him.
I think he wanted to mate.
So I got something to say.
Oh.
So now she prints T-shirts. Risa, we have to chat. Remind me.
Nice.
But she still gardens a little and beekeeping.
Nice.
And if you need honey on Cape Cod, that's who I would go to. Okay, so something that happened was one thing that I realized, and you know, I've been really, my closest friends have gotten to the point where they'll call me to tell me something, and they'll say, you can't say this on the podcast, or you can say this on the podcast, but you can't say my name. And one of them...
So Jane Doe from Willimantic, Connecticut has called in.
No, so anyway, this person...
From Sausalito, California.
Well, we don't have call-ins, so that's fine.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to make up places.
That is something we may be adding at some point in time.
Peoria, Illinois.
But for now, we're going to talk about...
Jane writes in.
Well, okay, but we're not there. Right now I'm trying to talk about an actual point that I had. Would you like to hear it?
I do, but you just gave me the idea. to do long distance dedications on the show like Casey Kasem.
We'll do long distance dedications for what, $5? Long distance
No,
dedication.
we got to do them. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, so back to people's feelings. So every once in a while, like my good friends are generally pretty good about telling me, hey, don't talk about this or whatever. Like, and I know who's private. Like, I try really hard, but at some point in time, I'm gonna fucking say something I'm not supposed to say. And you guys, I just want you to know, if I fucking say something that hurts your feelings or whatever, let us know. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I was in tears this morning because this person said that they, that they were upset about something that I had said, and we have, or I was going to say and or do. So we're not doing that.
We're not doing it.
We should be fine. And but I really do care, and The other thing I would note is that if you're concerned about your personal data, personal information being on the internet at all, you should definitely Google yourself, and then also Google how to scrub your personal data from the internet. There's a lot of information out there, but this person was concerned about their information being shared, and sure enough, I Googled them and all of the information showed up. So I shared the information with them about how they can remove themselves from the internet.
And then she sold it on the dark web.
I did not sell it on the dark web.
I'm just
but
kidding.
It's something everybody should be aware of. If you want to be private, you can definitely scrub that information from the internet. It's a little bit of a project, but it is what it is. So I have a good friend to the show who was here last night, who is a born again Christian, and he has a very close relationship with the Lord, and I think that that's fantastic. For me, it's I'm a deeply spiritual person, but I don't necessarily think that there's only one way to live your life or go to heaven. Like, I don't think that because you were like I have friends who are from India, they're Hindu. I don't think that God's like, oh, fuck you Hindus, I don't give a shit about you. No, I think God is like, oh, like, did you live a good life? Okay, cool, come on in. And but that's me. And but my friend is deeply religious, and that's okay. And he said to me today that Jesus Christ died for my sins and his sins too, right? And he was being very serious. And we went to college together, and we've always given each other a hard time. We fight like brother and sister. And I said, well, if Jesus wants to die for my sins, he's gonna have to do it again because I've sinned a lot.
That's terrible.
I'm a terrible friend. He's like, he died for all. He's like, no, his death was enough for all of your sins. And I'm like, dude, I'm just fucking with you. Lighten up a little bit. I can't remember what I said. It was so funny. And so, but my point is, Jesus wants us to laugh. Jesus wants you to laugh. I feel like, and listen, I have conversations with God all the time, and I just feel like, it's not that, I don't think that we have to take our faith and spirituality so seriously. Because if you take it so seriously, it's not a part of your daily life. I mean, unless you're like a very serious person. But like for me, I don't take anything too seriously, and yeah.
Well, especially on something like that, where it's like there's so many different beliefs and so many different approaches. That I think you have to have some flexibility with it, and I think I think it's like a natural thing. Like I think even in all the religions, there's baked in flexibility for all of it. I don't know if that made any sense.
That was a weird noise. No, I think that as I said to my friend, Jesus loves when you laugh. He also loves wine and hookers. So maybe that wasn't the thing to say to my deeply religious friend, but I'll tell you.
There's a lot of things I'm not saying right now because I am a wise ass and I would say something to offend somebody. So I'm just...
See, I will offend someone. I don't mean to. I love everybody, but I don't think that Jesus is a tight ass. I think if you're somebody that turns water into wine and hangs out with hookers, that you're, the sinner, and he hung out with the sinners, then I think you have probably a pretty good sense of humor. So that's just my take on it. But you know what? You believe what you want to believe. But I may have started World War III with my friend, so he's gonna kill me later because I have to poke the fucking bear. It's like you with Christina. You know how like my friend Christina, Doug's like, it's like his little sister. He always has to fucking aggravate the poor girl. And
Somebody's got to keep her in
that's
check.
me. Somebody has to keep her. You know what she told me today?
What's that?
First of all, I want to say,
Is this something that's going to get us in trouble by
No.
revealing?
No. I had a really bad day. Yeah. Well, it wasn't that I had a bad day. I had a fine day, but I had a phone call yesterday that was pretty upsetting. And well, maybe we'll talk about it. Anyway, I got a phone. So my friend Christina called me today, and I was just talking about how much I appreciate her friendship and what a good friend she is and what a great person she is. And I don't know. Somehow we were talking about people being fucking selfish and self-absorbed. And I was like, "You're the most selfless person I know." She goes, No. I'm an only child. I'm awful." And she's like, so generous and so kind and so thoughtful. She's like, "Let me just tell you something right now. If there's a tray of cookies in front of me, one cookie looks better than the other, I'm taking the fucking good cookie." You know what I said? I said, if we're hanging out or there's a tray with 2 cookies in front of it, I'm not going to eat either because I'm going to be talking so fucking much. I don't have time to eat a cookie.
You know what you should do?
What?
Fling the cookies, take the tray, bash her over the head with the tray.
He was so angry.
Then when she's unconscious, you go and get both cookies.
Oh my God, you need to get... I don't know what is wrong with you, but...
That's from the Martin Scorsese school of cookie eating with friends.
Is this your, like, unrelenting, non-stop
I like cookies.
fight with Christina?
I don't
or
want
is
to
it...
fight with Christina.
You
She's
always
a
pick
lovely
on
lady.
her. Or is it your desire for cookies, or is you just looking for attention? Is this a cry for help?
No, it's not a cry for help. But I figure if you're going to strategize over cookies, and you got this bitch. Oh wait, did I just say that? If you got this fine young lady eyeballing the good cookie, you got to take things. You got to take things to another level. You got to take this to the street. That nice cookie tray, boom. And you're eating. You're fat with cookies now.
Well, the good news is we get to have lunch with them next week, so maybe we bring some cookies. She's never going to get fat. She's on that goddamn Peloton 24 hours a day. Although there was just recently a Peloton recall.
There was a recall.
Thousands of Peloton
All
recalls.
you people are gonna have some sort of ganglion situation that.
Why would they have a ganglion
because
situation?
the recall, like the mechanism or something, it's causing one little muscle over here. Like you're gonna have like this sort of goiter thing over here.
Side note: Doug thinks that all the people that have Pelotons are swingers.
It's a theory.
It's
a theory. They have meetups. They have meetups. They're all toned and wearing nice clothes.
Let me just tell you why I like the Peloton people. Because they're not fucking asshole fucking cyclists. Sorry. I have alienated so many people. The cyclists.
Yeah. Apparently the religious right.
Oh, people with birthdays, cats, dogs.
People with birthdays. People with genitalia. People with
different genitalia. I think the only people we haven't pissed off yet is the LGBTQ set.
Nah, we like that. They got no problem.
Unless
they eat my cookies. You start eating my cookies. Yeah, it's gonna be.
I have a fucking cookie story. I have a fucking cookie story. You guys want to hear a fucking cookie story?
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Okay.
It's a good story.
First of all, it's on a totally unrelated note. I didn't realize that getting otters for the pool was an option. But that might be something we have to look into.
We can get anything here.
The thing I'm going to tell you is otters, from what I understand,
they're rapey, aren't they?
They're rapey. They'll rape a baby dead seal and carry it around with them. And
yeah, but that's like a sea otter. I think we could get like a pond otter or something, like a white
trash otter. They're going to shit in the pond, and I don't think that they're supposed to do that. Anyway, what was I hearing about?
Oh, you were talking about your cookie story.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Here's my cookie story. So Doug makes his mom's Christmas cookies, his sugar cookies every Christmas. And he had decorated them and made a whole stack of them. They were beautiful. And so there is a few on a cookie sheet that was in the living room. And then there was a massive tray. And Doug goes, somebody was coming to our house that is kind of notorious for eating all of our food. And Doug is at work.
So here's the thing. So not only you have to make my mother's cookies, you roll them out, you cut them with the cookie cutter, you bake them, you get them out, you let them cool, and then you have to frost them. So you have to make different colored frostings, you little decorations that you put on. It's time consuming, and they're friggin' delicious.
They are delicious. I like them better a day or two later, but that's beside the point. I didn't say that's not the point. I said that's beside the point.
Okay, all right, I'm not drinking then.
But okay.
I actually did. I found an otter for sale here in Florida. It's an Asian small clawed otter, and I think we might need this thing. Maybe get a couple of them.
We're not getting a couple of otters. It's a rental. We cannot have a couple of otters.
They didn't say no otters. I reviewed the lease. It didn't say anything about otters.
It says no pets. The pool guy's going to come and be like, there's an otter in your pool.
He bashes it with the
They're
skimmer.
Come to the slider and knock at the door. It scared the bejesus out of us and go, excuse me, but there's an otter out here. I don't think so. All right. So we had this friend, and this friend was notorious for showing up at our house and eating acquaintance would come to our house, eat all of our fucking food, and like on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, one day we'd eaten dinner in the living room, and Doug left like a bite of his burger, like this.
You know, like that, like
I
you're
know, like
just
when you
dying.
eat a burger, it gets like all mushed
yeah,
up, and
this like a,
like he's my husband, I love him, but I don't want to eat his half-eaten burger. Like I'll take a bite of it, but I'm gonna take a bite from like a fresh air. I don't know. Anyway, she picked it up and fucking ate it. It was like Doug's leftover burger. And then one day we had this big thing of cheese balls that somebody given the girls at work gave you for Christmas.
Yeah, it was like a gag gift. They got me all like these white trash snacks from like a gas station, and then that big, yeah, it was fantastic. It was a really funny gag kind of. But
Except we had it for months. I snuck it into the movie theater once under my sweater like a pregnant woman. And we barely ate any of it.
We had been working on this thing for months. It didn't
even
move. It wasn't even an inch gone.
She comes over one afternoon and this much is gone out of the container. I don't know how she did it. So we had our the cookies, and I told Doug that this person was on their way over, and I
think I was at work, right? And
totally serious. He's flipping out. Hide the cookies. You have to hide the cookies right now.
Two beautiful, like full trays.
I'm like, I put the cookies in your office. And I closed the door. We should be fine. So I had a cookie sheet with some leftover cookies that was on the coffee table. There were 9 cookies. This person came in and ate all 9 fucking cookies. 9 fucking cookies.
She needed to be bashed for that cookie.
At least Christina would be like, okay, well, there's 3 of us. There's 9 cookies. I'll have the 3 best. You can fight amongst yourselves for the rest.
Actually, Christina would have gone home, calculated the amount of flour, butter, sugar, water, whatever that was in the cookie.
Well, she would be like, are these
and then
free?
Ordered it off of some health food thing, so that when you got it, it was like hand, cured butter and like all that, this organic stuff.
No. Let me just tell you how fucking cool my friend is. She gets boxes, bakery boxes with a clear lid, so she can distribute Christmas cookies. That's how fucking badass she is. Like that's some next level shit right
What
there.
is it with her and cookies?
What do you mean?
She's giving out cookies at Christmas. She's talking about cookies.
She's a nurturer. Did you just belch?
I did.
Coconut?
I like the coconut. Yeah.
Excuse my husband.
Sorry. Seltzer will do that. It's coconut. Delicious. That's an owl, my friends. Well, the barking dog is a barking dog, and the person yelling is the person yelling. But that other chirpy chirp noise was an owl. It was a burrowing owl.
It's not so much bowering. All right. Well, okay. So last night we came in from the podcast and my legs were on fucking fire.
Like Alicia Keys?
My legs are on fire. These poor people. I'm sorry. That was rude.
The screen just dinged when you did that.
My singing is so bad. It's not even fucking funny. Anyway, my legs were like on fire. I have neuropathy. It's really bad. They get super swollen, especially sitting here for this long. I try to put my feet up and then I forget to, and I hate to move around on you guys because that's all I do. Actually, when I met with my shaman, I met with Billy's shaman in Peru. So my friend Billy.
That's my wife. My wife has a shaman.
Yeah. My friend Billy in Peru, who arranges ayahuasca trips. If you would like an introduction or if you're planning on doing ayahuasca, you should definitely talk to Billy because he's fantastic. In any case, Billy arranged for me to speak with his shaman, Cynthia, and her husband. I can't remember her husband's name, but he didn't speak English. So I talked to them for like an hour and 45 minutes, and I was like spinning all over the place in the chair.
Yes.
And they were like, "Can you sit somewhere more still so we can do a meditation with you?" Hi. That was a bird. So they were like, "Can you sit still?" And apparently I can't. So people in Peru who don't speak English are telling me to sit the fuck still.
Yeah, you need to. You know, they're on Peru time. They're not on American freakout time.
American freakout time? No,
Yeah.
They want me to sit the hell still. It's not an easy way to meditate. So anyway, my legs were on fucking fire.
Last night.
So we go inside, and Doug, he helps me carry everything in, and you were supposed to put my laptop and stuff over in my spot, and you never did. And I had to get it all by myself this morning. And I didn't even wake you up. I did an independent thing. I'm half a cripple with my stupid disease. I can't stand up for more than a minute because of my stupid heart. It's just one thing after another. Doug has to help me with everything. It's fucking great. And
yeah, the bathroom wiping, not so great.
You don't have to help me with bathroom wiping. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? Do you know that he called my butthole a dark cavern today? What did you call it?
I don't know what I call it. It was
He's like, all I see is a dark. He was like, show me your butthole. I was swimming around the pool, and he's like, oh, all I see is a dark cavern. And I'm like, it's a bunk cake. Leave it alone. Anyway,
swimming around the pool.
What was I fucking talking? So we go in the house, and I'm like, all right,
legs are on fire.
I'm gonna sleep with my feet up. Can you get? You never got me any rope.
I don't have any rope. What am I got? What do I have
like
rope
a
lying
tie,
around?
perhaps
I guess I'm
extension
not that
cord.
creative.
I don't know, but I wanted to tie my feet to the bed so that they were up in the air because I would forget about it while I was sleeping. So, but then I was like, oh, like what would the neighbors think? Like if they're seeing my feet in the window tied to the bed, and I'm like, oh, that would be a cool photograph. So I'm like, Doug, go outside and take a picture. So I'm laying on the bed,
I'm like, okay.
in the guest room. Totally
So I
naked.
open up the blinds. So there's blinds. I go and
Hang
I go
on.
out there.
I am totally naked, laying on the bed because I sleep naked. I have
Feet
my
up.
feet up on the thing.
She wants me to go out and take
I
a
want
picture.
him to get some rope to tie my feet there, and I want him to take a picture of my feet, just my feet.
It's not as much fun as you guys would imagine.
It's not what he took. Well, first of all, he goes outside and he's got sprinklers shooting at him
So,
from both
all
directions.
right, so I get out there and I remember a sprinkler thing. So I had to time it. So, like, I have to go between the two sprinklers. So I have to time it, run in, and then let them, like, sort of collapse behind me and take this picture. So I had to take the picture from, like, right at the window. And all you see is, like, slat.
The point was for you
Stinks
to
in
see
pieces.
slat, but this one took it up close. You got a bird's eye view of the twins and the town hall.
I don't know what you want. If you want to art direct a photo, give me some more. Fill out a creative brief.
I just wanted a picture of my feet.
I was dealing with. All right, it was dark out. B, there were sprinklers shooting at me. And C, I don't know what the hell you want.
I don't think shooting is the appropriate terminology to use about.
Squirting. You want to talk about squirting? Let's talk about squirting.
All right,
let's
let's
have a
talk
whole episode about squirting.
We could. Well, it's 8:42. You want to talk about squirting? What do we got? You want to talk about it?
Not really. I mean, I don't.
Why not?
Because what is it?
So we have 4 viewers right now.
Yeah. Do you think we can get it to 8 if we start talking about like they start?
No.
Hey, Ralph, get in here. They're talking about squirting,
No,
Ralph.
I'm not talking about. I think that we should talk about squirting at some
She
point.
was
That's
talking
something-
about roping her
kind-
feet and tying to the
what
bed.
night of the week is
This is
the-
a good one.
Hang on.
It's Friday, Ralph.
Hang on. What day of the week is appropriate to talk about squirting?
None, maybe. I don't know. Why?
We
why
talk
do I
about
know?
everything.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't feel the need.
I don't know. I feel like Sunday might be the good day.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yes, Mother's Day. Let's talk about Squirting Sunday. Yeah, well, that's a special. We'll have a special edition on a Sunday.
no, on Sunday we're not talking about squirting because we're playing Jackbox. On Sunday at 8 p.m. we will be doing a special show for the holiday, and we'll be playing. We'll be playing Jackbox.
I just love that our viewers are as sick and twisted as we are. So
because someone just chimed in and said that we should
Oh,
talk about squirting on Mother's Day. I'll go with it. I guess we could talk about squirting on Monday. Perhaps squirting on Monday. To squirt on a Monday.
Okay.
So that's
Nothing worse than having the Monday squirts. Oh, we're talking about
diarrhea?
we're talking about a
something
different,
completely
a whole
different.
different. element.
well, we might have to do some more research before now and then. And by research, I mean, what are you guys doing on Mother's Day? If you are a motherfucker, perhaps you might get into some wetness. Have you ever told someone to get into wetness before?
Not since the 80s.
Not since the 80s.
Oh wait, but that was a that was a gum commercial. I was trying to make a gum.
Like
commercial.
oh my god, what was the gum that you would like bite into
Freshen
it,
Up gum.
and it would like jizz in your mouth?
That's Freshen Up gum. I never really put it like that, but it was yeah. But it was for you youngins. It was a chunk of gum, and in the middle of the chunk of gum,
Like a jelly. It was like a jelly
it was
donut.
like a little liquid kind of situation that had more flavor. So it was like a flavor burst. They don't have it anymore, and yeah, I don't. Maybe it was too controversial or something, or maybe I don't know. I don't know why. Freshen Up gum.
What I remember
Came
is
in mint and cinnamon.
what was the zebra fun stripe?
Oh, Fun Stripe.
I
They still
hated that.
they
That
still
was
make
gross.
that. That's a fruit gum.
I did not
Some
like
people
that.
don't like the fruit gum.
I did enjoy Hubba Bubba back in the day.
Hubba Bubba. Actually, the big revolution in bubble gum when I was a kid, we used to eat this stuff called Bub's Daddy. It was in a strip, anyways, you'd eat it. It was hard as a rock. It was like the stuff that came in the baseball cards. But then Bubble Yum came along.
Bubble Yum
it was
was good, but Bubble Yum
25
was-
cents a pack.
It was
1976.
but it was basically Hubba Bubba.
Hubba Bubba was the knockoff of Bubble Yum. Now
like
here's the thing: Bubble Yum was super soft. It was amazing. It wasn't like this bazooka
God,
brick
now
that you
we
got.
want to know all the flavors.
So then Hubba Bubba came along and said, "Hold my beer. I got soft and I got some messed up flavors. I got like root beer, marshmallow, whatever."
I don't remember.
They had messed up flavors.
I don't remember root beer marshmallow.
No, they had messed up. Like they probably had anchovy, salami,
They
whatever.
still make it.
Yeah, Hubba Bubba's still a thing, but
What are all of the Hubba Bubbers? Bubba.
they had some messed up flavors.
Well, there's
Mixed flavors,
Apparently,
banana.
there's orange, apple, strawberry, cola, and licorice in Norway.
In Norway,
There's a whole different list of things that are, wow, they're
you
like
can skate the
internationally
fjords and chew your Hubba Bubba.
known. UK apple,
Bubblicious was another one. Bubblicious was another knockoff of Bubble Yum.
apple, strawberry, and cola.
Apple strawberry.
Cherry cola, peach, strawberry, lime,
Cherry
pineapple,
cola.
pineapple, orange
Ooh,
grape,
some nice
watermelon,
pineapple
lime,
bubblegum.
Croatia,
We gotta travel to Chernobyl to
lime,
get some
berry, cherry, and generic fruit.
generic fruit.
Germany had cherry and cola. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna put those motherfuckers together. Strawberry, grape, blue, raspberry. Other flavors seem cream soda, lemon,
soda,
tropical,
bubblegum.
salty licorice, and chocolate strawberry.
That sounds so dirty.
I just remember the fucking grape. What happened to the grape?
Oh, it's got to be in there somewhere. We'll do some research on that and circle back. I always like the Big League Chew was invented by a baseball player to replicate the usage of chewing tobacco for young kids. How is
What are you
this
talking about, Big League Chew?
Big League Chew, right? Invented by Jim Bouton, right? Who then, all right, so
Jim Bouton invented it?
Jim Bouton, a guy
How
named
the fuck
Jim
do you
Bouton.
know that?
He
Goddamn
wrote a
hero.
book called Ball 4, which was about playing baseball. It was really funny. I did a book report on it. Then they made that into a short-lived sitcom called Ball 4. It was very funny. And then, so even today, they still make Big League Chew.
Is
but
it called
like
Ball 4?
Ball 4 was the name of the book, yeah.
Oh, a book. I thought you said there was a TV show.
And then there was a TV show called Ball 4 with Ben Davidson was like the big, like baseball player guy or whatever. It was yeah. So anyways, it was pretty funny. And Jim Bouton was in the show, and he was like the kind of the straight man, and he was good in it.
So apparently it turned 40, and it is available on Tubi.
It's available. You can watch it. Of course, I watched this when I was 8 years old.
But it's
so
a
it might not be-
documentary, not a. It's
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Oh,
There's
wait.
Ball 4 turns 40.
Yeah.
It's a documentary from 2022.
About
and
the
it's
book?
all about Ball 4
Yeah.
because it's about the controversial book that changed the way books were written, selling between 5 and 6 million copies.
Yeah. I think what it was is like it was like a very honest inside look of the shenanigans that went on, like in sports and in baseball in general. It was yeah, salty licorice.
I didn't even know that was a fucking thing.
So was the thing that was back in the 70s. So, anyways, not my point. Much like the candy cigarettes, which are still available, the bubblegum cigars, but they had a product that they made that would emulate tobacco use, and it's still available to this day.
Okay, hang on a second. I think that Ball 4 is on YouTube, but the documentary about Ball 4, which came out in 2022, is on Tubi.
I would love to go back and watch. I'm a big fan of sitcoms. If I could have any job in the world, I would create and write a sitcom. I think it would be so like phenomenally fun because I'm such a big fan of the sitcom as a form.
We are kind of a sitcom.
We kind of are, except we don't have that guy living above our garage that comes down and says, "Hey."
Except no fucking notes. Terrible writer with no fucking notes.
You see Michelangelo writing notes.
Bubble tape.
Leonardo wrote
Well,
some
you
notes.
cut off your ear and we'll talk.
That's
Bubble-
a completely different guy.
What do you mean?
Michelangelo didn't cut off his ear.
Da Vinci cut off his ear?
No,
Michelangelo had a tiny penis?
probably. I was big back in the days of yore.
I wanted one that was just right.
And actually, all the great artists like that, homosexual. So we owe a lot to those
So maybe
guys.
you'd be a better artist if you were tried being gay.
It's possible.
Why don't you try
It's
it?
possible.
We'll get somebody up here and
Do I
try it
get
right
dental
now.
with that?
You need to marry somebody.
The guy that cut his ear off
Yeah.
is Van Gogh.
Okay, but so how can you
How can I improve as an artist by
being gay and
homosexual?
cutting your ear off?
I'm sure there's artists that weren't gay. Well, I don't know.
Why did he cut his ear off?
I think Pablo
Did he
Picasso
mail it to
was
somebody?
straight. Yeah, he mailed it to some chick he was banging or some
So
situation.
not gay. So your choices are cut your ear off or be gay. If you want to be a good
Andy
artist.
Warhol, gay.
I don't think you need to name all the gay artists.
No,
in
I'm just
history.
saying. I'm just going through.
But I'm saying-
there's probably more
I'm
gay
saying-
artists than non-gay artists.
I'm just saying that.
Oh, so
Which
he
do you
cut off
choose?
his ear and mailed it to like a prostitute or something. It was a crime of passion. It was
All
a
I-
self-mutilating crime of passion.
All I'm saying.
What are you saying? That I should?
If you have a choice between being gay and cutting your ear off or not being a good artist, which do you choose?
If I might cut my ear off and be gay if I could be as good of a guitarist as Jerry Reed. Maybe.
Well, we're a little all over this place today. We're talking
But
about bubblegum.
that's
We still
my
haven't even
favorite.
discussed salty licorice as a drag name,
As a drag name. Oh,
which
is that?
I think is a brilliant idea.
Well, then we can't read stories to children. So let's just. No, salty licorice. It sounds like
Why would you want to?
it would be a drag name for somebody that has some sort of maritime look or captain
perhaps,
or
but why would you want to read books to children?
well, I just saw drag and then everybody's freaking out over the drag story times.
Yeah,
for
if I'm a
kids or
fucking drag
whatever.
queen, the last thing I want to do is hang out with a bunch of children. You know what I want to do? I want to be fucking working my shit in a fucking bar because they get tipped, and I have made it rain on more than one drag queen. Thank you very much. You've been there. You have.
Yes, I was there. I forgot about that. Yeah.
We took the kids, but the kids are adults.
Kids are adults. We took them to a drag brunch, which we did bingo. So it was like
And we
all
won.
kinds of fun.
We still
it was
have a gift
fantastic.
certificate for there.
We do. We should. I don't know if that thing made it through the hurricane, but
course,
but
what
we
do you
went.
mean?
It was
Nothing happened.
fantastic.
Oh, the
we,
restaurant?
We,
I don't know if it
we
made it
laughed
through the
and we cried and we.
We made friends. We made friends from Massachusetts. They
We
gave us
did.
a gift certificate.
They were like, "Where are you from?" We're from Massachusetts. They gave us like they won one of the things.
and
One
then
of
they
the
gave it
games.
to us because we didn't. Did we
They're
win
like,
anything?
Do you live here? Yeah, we did.
Oh,
I think
I
Nolan
won.
did.
Nolan?
No, you and Nolan. I think.
Yeah, I think
won.
we both won.
Yeah.
So we have like $30 of gift cards from them.
Not
So
win.
we should go there. We haven't used them yet.
Yeah.
But that restaurant very well made. I think it's First Watch. I think it may
Yeah.
have gotten washed.
I
away
don't
with
know.
the
I think I looked it up since the storm. I'll look it
knows?
up right now.
All right. Well, I had this like long, depressing story that I was going to tell.
Not on a Friday.
But it seems like a Friday, and it's already 8:52. So I'm going to bump that one out once again. I will say this though. I realized that I have a soft spot for abusive veterans. Just leave it at that.
Just leave it at that. I can see that it opens your heart and then slams it.
Well, I mean, I try my best.
Because of your grandfather being a war
Well, my
hero.
grandfather's a war hero. My family has a long-standing military tradition, so I've always been a big military supporter. And not so long ago, I made friends with someone who was a veteran who was dying of Agent Orange exposure. And as I have thought back about that relationship and all the things I did for him and so forth, I realized that he was really fucking awful to me. And I don't know what's wrong with me because I tolerated his bullshit. And I actually have a tendency to, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get this pen, which is brand new, to work.
That's a Rick and Morty pen.
Yeah, that Todd Albee
Thank
gave
you,
me.
Todd
I
Albee.
just because I was kind of saving it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna break this out now. And no, it's
So
not
in any
right.
case, he was awful to me. And that's another thing that I learned, and I'm not going to get into the whole story, but I think we really have to think long and hard about the people we spend our time with. Like these days, it's you guys, obviously, because you're awesome. And then I talk to, why are you
And then not to spend time with you. It's like sight gag. You don't know fun.
go for a swim
I already went for a swim.
with a toaster. I got a cord over here. All right. Anyway, not the point. Point is,
Point.
that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So you're better off fucking sitting home playing with yourself than taking on the friendship of people who fucking suck. And there are many.
Interesting.
I think there are many people that suck. And I don't want to take on
Well,
their
that's the
energy.
thing. You have to not get tainted by the people that suck and put your attention into the people that don't suck and that are awesome and raise your vibration, have a good
that's
good
right.
energy themselves, and yeah, that's the way you have to.
But you have to, like, it's ask yourself, like, what is this value is this person bringing in my life? Do they make, like, and like that for me is something I've been doing lately, is just kind of like going through like my friends and like kind of understanding what role they play in my life and hopefully what role I play in theirs, because I want to have a positive influence on everybody and I want to be there to support people. But, I realize I've been a little fast and loose with the word friend. And I've said, friend in front of you guys about a million times about people I can't fucking stand. And so I need to change that. Because somebody...
That's true.
If somebody was once my friend, like, I'm a very loyal person, and it takes a tremendous... You have to be fucking awful to me for a sustained amount of time before I fucking realize
Working on it.
But I'm working on that. And so I'm starting to realize some people are fucking awful. And so I would ask you, like, for me, like, when I look at... I'm a ridiculous optimist. And I want to understand every situation such that I can, improve upon the situation. And so, like, if somebody say you're awful to me for whatever reason, I'm gonna ask myself, like, oh, are they having a bad day, or like, did I do something that that triggered them, or like, is this out of character for them, or like, maybe they had, a bad experience. And so I have found that I have made a lot of excuses for people's shitty behavior because I am compassionate toward them. But then at the same time, a lot of those people have had like a negative impact on me. And like, I think to myself, well, as much as I want to help people and be supportive of others, I'm doing myself first. And so like, I think there's some people you just need to keep at arm's length, and some people you need to run screaming in the other direction from. And then there's some people that you want to hug. We want to hug you guys.
Well, the other thing too is that not every relationship is always going to be like 50% give and take or whatever. There's always a deficit and a surplus, and you got to kind of wade through that. And that's sort of the idea behind marital hate, right? You have there's good, there's bad, there's times where you need the other person and they need you, and so it's never like right sitting there all perfect harmony. And that's true with a lot of friends, but you do have to be careful because there's some energy vampires out there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, and that's definitely been the case for me, in a lot of cases. So I mean, I just want you guys to stop and think about who you surround yourself with. I mean, if you find a guy that's going to cut off his ear and send it to a prostitute, is that really somebody you want to hang out with? I don't know, one of our regular listeners just chimed in, and she was trying to figure out why the hell we were talking about the exact same things from last night. Well, because it's tonight. But you're not the first person to do that. You won't be the last. And I accidentally shared the Wrong Days podcast the other day on my wall and confused the
And sometimes we wear the same clothes as the day before.
I'm not wearing the same clothes as the day
No,
before.
I'm
I
just
did that
kidding.
once. I did that once.
But we only have so many clothes, so like you're gonna get used to the same. Like
all of my clothes, I have like I have this in a spaghetti strap and this, and I have it in like 20 colors. So you're gonna see like the same two outfits over. And
maybe
over
we should have like a little thing.
Desperately need clothes. What?
We should have like a little sign
What?
today.
And you want to tell them what day it is? Sorry, I'm tired.
I don't think it's our responsibility to keep these people on task.
No, it's not.
These people.
They know what day it is. They're more together than we are.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
All right. It's interesting that you should say that though, because a while ago this came up. It's somebody I knew. Somebody I know that bought a Jeep,
Yes.
and I don't like them.
I'm not sure
I'll tell the story, and you'll know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to name drop on this one.
Okay.
But on their wall, they were talking about how I don't know if it was a meme or what it was, but they were talking about how if you don't expect anything from anyone, you'll never be disappointed. And they got really pissed at me for this. I call total bullshit. If you can't expect something from someone, they are not your friend. They are not on your level. They do not belong in your life. Period. If I cannot expect something from you, that means I can't count on you. What the fuck purpose do you stand? Because when I'm your friend, and
you're getting a whole menu of goodness.
You get the full service menu.
Well, not full. Settle down, people. You're not getting the full menu.
Depends on the person.
I'd have to give you a hot pass.
Maybe, but that's not the point. The point is, that's not the point. Take your drink. I know you are not drinking enough fluids, and if you're drinking enough fluids, your blood pressure would be down. Marital hate.
I'm all calm. Look at me.
Sorry, did that hurt your ears?
Cucumber.
So my point is, look at your life, and if you have people in your life you cannot count on for something, and I'm not saying that they need to like you're taking advantage of these people. You better listen. I just told everybody in the world, presumably, to not be friends with people who have nothing to offer them. So you better also have something to offer. But meaning like, okay, if I call this person and I'm having a bad day, are they going to listen? Are they going to cheer on my successes?
Yes.
Are they going to console me when I'm having a hard time? Or are they going to make me feel like shit? I have a few people in my life that I have been phasing out because they make me feel like shit. And
You know who
I
you
suggest
are.
you do the same. Well,
No, you don't,
no,
because you're not watching
you're
the
not
goddamn
here.
podcast.
And then so I would tell you to raise the I would say to raise your expectations for people and go through your little list of friends and think to yourself, is this person really worth my time? Because I'll tell you something. I'll take a fucking frog book over all day long over somebody who doesn't give two shits about me, or like who is just Well, I mean, I had somebody call me who had not spoke to me in 6 months, did not wish me a Merry Christmas, did not wish me a Happy Thanksgiving.
Ask how you are.
They did ask how I was, but they used me for an hour-long therapy session. Listen, you guys need me. I'm fucking happy to be there. But this person has been terrible to me. And it took me 15 fucking years to figure it out. We'll loop onto that later. I mean, like, listen, I can understand it, but I'm telling you, set your standards higher. And that's the thing. You got to raise your standards. Maybe you don't there's 2 cookies on the plate. Maybe you don't take the good cookie, but maybe if the cookies look like shit, you don't have anything to do with the cookies. You go to the store, you get yourself some better fucking cookies.
My theory on the not expecting stuff from people, man, I can be friends with you.
Yep.
But I know that I can't expect anything from you, so I'm putting up a little firewall, and that's what you're gonna. And I'm not only gonna go up to that wall for you, and I'm not gonna over and above. Like if somebody so many people could call me up, ask me for a favor, I drop everything I'm doing, do whatever, right, for them. There's certain people that I'm like,
no, you would still
Not so
fucking
much.
do it. I've seen you do it a million
No.
times.
I'm getting better. I'm trying to think.
We're both-
Oh yes, I have an example that I will tell you in private about something like that. I think I told you about it on the thing. But
You're talking about the 3 minutes?
No, different thing.
Because I would like to talk about 3 minutes.
You talk about whatever you want.
So, what was it last Thursday? Doug talked to his brother, and his brother was like, I couldn't get through 3 minutes of your podcast. And it really hurt Doug's feelings.
That's nice.
It really hurt his feelings. He was genuinely and truly hurt. Now, mind you, this person has genuinely and truly hurt my husband's feelings his entire fucking life. And since I have known him, I have seen time after time after time of this person hurting my husband's feelings and my husband just fucking taking it. And when that happened, Doug, it seemed to click with you, kind of like it clicked for me yesterday.
Well, I mean, there's certain things that like you. And the weird thing with family, it's like you want to bring family with you into all your endeavors, right? You know, those are the people, closest to you. And when either they don't want to go with you, or they don't want to partake, or they're not going to be happy for you, or they're not going to support you in some way, shape, or form, it certainly doesn't feel good. But you kind of expect that those people would be, right there front center. What can I do? Kind of blah blah blah. But I think like sometimes people just get mixed up in their own. Lives
this
and
person, the
own
person that
thing.
you're talking about in your life, your brother Steve, he has said very hurtful things to you many times that have truly hurt you.
Well, I mean, anytime, yeah. I mean, whatever. It
Well, we've
happens,
been married-
right? It is what it is.
But when you make music and your brother tells you that he has no interest in it, what did he say? It was like Billy Joel or some shit like that. And then the same shit about the podcast. As your wife, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. And it's funny because it was like an argument between us. I was like, I'm not gonna like somebody who's shitty to my husband. I will fucking like somebody who's shitty to me. I'm not gonna like somebody who's shitty to my husband. Takes me a little while to figure it out.
It's
So
funny. We actually
why
do
we're a
that
team.
for each other. Like we're like
Yes,
I'm like
except you do not like a lot of people, and it's kind of a problem.
I like people, but but I have my little setup where I have my firewalls and I have things
He
like
does not
don't
like-
give this person.
He
too
does
much
not
time.
like a lot of people, and there's definitely been people in my life that I haven't spent as much time with because Doug didn't like them.
I don't know.
No, that's happened.
I don't control who you see and who you don't see.
When you bitch about someone, anytime their name is mentioned,
I bitch about a lot of stuff. Don't listen to me.
yeah, but it's hard. But anyway, I have stopped listening to Doug, and I'm getting better at kind of weeding people out for myself and surrounding myself with people that I want to be like, people that inspire me, people that make me smile, people who I find to be impressive. I don't ever need anything from any of these people. I just like I want them to be them, right? And I want to know, like, oh, like, you know, there's some great examples here tonight. Anne, Risa, Todd, and even our new friend Jeff. These are all people, if I was having a bad day, that I know I could reach out to. And they would listen. These are people that if I needed a cup of sugar, they would lend me a cup of sugar.
I am your neighbor.
These are people that, like, if someone I love died, they would tell me they're sorry. If I ask for a prayer, they're going to pray for me. None of that costs you any fucking money. It's just being a friend. And, yeah, I expect people who I am a friend to return the fucking favor. Not that much to ask for. But I do have something to say that may make no one ever... Well, I have two things to say. That will make no one ever want to be my friend. The first one is... I have a strange personality, and I'm a strange person.
Preaching to the choir over here.
And I am ridiculous, and that can be a problem. Some people find me to be a little over the top, just a teeny bit. And what I have noticed about myself is that people generally have a very strong reaction to me. They either absolutely love me the minute they meet me, or they can't fucking stand me. Thank you guys for loving me. I'm sure there's been a few viewers that have clicked on and clicked out because they were like, enough of that bitch, she talks too much. But
you do talk too
but
much.
that's interesting about it, and it's probably problematic for the podcast, but I found that people have actually you have the same thing. People have a very strong reaction to you. They either love you or hate you.
I've had like it doesn't happen all that much, but like every 4 or 5 times in my life where I've had people that just don't get me, don't like me. I don't know if they're intimidated or if, like, they don't, like, I have something that they don't have and they feel bad about. I don't know what the answer is, but like it's just they just don't.
I mean, you might be annoying to them.
Yeah, maybe.
That's okay.
I don't know.
I'm annoying to people.
But I think
I'm annoying to him half the time.
I think with me, certain things come very easily to me, and I think some people get jealous of the things that come easily to me. And then I think there's one of those things is being super personal and super social and being able to to hold a room or whatever, it's like, and I think that sets people off a little bit. Like, I think they're like, you're overshadowing me, and they kind of start to freak out a little bit over that. And I think that was, or I think a couple other things where it's like my ability to be, kind of entertain myself with humor or working humor into things. Like, I think a lot of people don't have any time for that.
Well, I don't think everybody gets your sense of humor.
Sense of humor is amazing.
And you're modest too.
Oh, it's so good. That's why I want to write a sitcom.
Unlike my husband, I realize that I can be abrasive. Like, I'm opinionated, I'm loud, I'm ridiculous, and I'm usually inappropriate.
Usually naked.
And I'll have some. I'm not usually. No, who the fuck sees me? Okay, my friend's stepson saw me naked today, but he is an adult, and it was just one titty.
It was a photo that she sent to the mom, and the mom was opening the phone, and whatever. And the neighbors probably saw you when I was out there taking pictures last night because the blinds were open.
I don't give a shit.
I don't know. She doesn't
give zero fucks. Anyway, but in my experience, which is really funny, people either love me or hate me. It's been that way my entire life, whatever it is. And so what I have noticed is the people that meet me initially and like love me are the ones who end up hating me in the long run. And then the ones that hate me, they're the ones that end up loving me the most and like forever.
It's funny when you say that.
You just got to get to know me.
I have an immediate recognition of stuff, whereas I wait and the jury's still out on people, and you love them. Like,
I love everybody. Yeah. And then I like get to know them.
Then it's like, oh yeah, but yeah.
I've been getting better. There's been a few people lately that I've been like,
do. Yeah.
Like I've been like, oh, like this person seems interesting, but no, they're really negative vibes. And I have a couple people right now that I had to turn off, just because it was every single time it was so negative and it just sucked the fucking life out of me.
No negative vibes.
It's like I wish you nothing but good things, but I cannot do this. And I have been trying to limit my internet exposure, which is ironic given the fact that I'm trying to promote a fucking podcast. But yeah, we do that. Here's something else that I have to say is
Mm.
it's like a weird old person pet peeve. I do not like when someone says no problem instead of you're welcome? Discuss. What do you guys think? No problem versus you're welcome.
That doesn't bother me. I can see why it would bother somebody. I think it's just sort of someone's.
All right, but let me. Okay.
What about happy to help?
Hang on. Can you hear me that?
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
Okay, do it again.
No, you take it.
Okay.
See, something.
Thank you for handing me this.
You're welcome. Doesn't that sound joyful?
All right, now take it back.
Okay.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Nah, not as good. Yeah, you're right. All right, let's try another one. Ready?
Okay.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Happy to help.
Also doesn't sound as good.
No, not as good.
You're
Yeah,
welcome
you're right.
has got the best fucking vibes. No more, no problem. No more, no worries. We're all saying you're welcome, and we're saying it with gusto.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
You bet. You bet is for, you know,
bet.
all right, here's the thing. These things depend on how close you are with the person, right? So if a guy...
No.
Well, no, I have a good example. So you're at the deli, the guy calls, hey, number 54, you give it. I'm so, oh, thank you, sir. You bet. Right? I am fine with the you bet guy at the deli.
Yeah, but it's not as much fun as you're welcome. Say them all to yourself and see which one gives you the most feeling of joy. I'm going to tell you right now, to your point about it depends how you know the person, it depends on your relationship with the person.
Yep.
If I hand you this,
Thank you.
suck a dick. That's what I'm going to say.
Terrible.
Yeah, but that's we give our friends a high five.
Actually, because Risa just
The-
brought
the
up
more- the
anytime.
closer I am-
Thank you. Anytime. That means I am willing to do this sort of nice thing for
Anytime-
you at any moment in the future.
I feel like I think anytime might be close to your welcome. Anytime. That's close to your welcome. I will
Yeah,
take an anytime, but only if you genuinely mean anytime.
What if you say
So
anytime,
if you
baby?
give me an anytime, anytime, baby, you give me an anytime, and I show up at your house at, I don't know, 9:45 at night when you're sound asleep.
Right.
You're going to be like, well, I didn't really mean anytime.
Right. But I think there is a loophole there. I think the deli guy that gives you the sandwich.
I know. I do not think you bet. I will give any time. I don't know. Y'all have to tell us what you think the best way.
What about at Starbucks? Thank you.
You're welcome. It feels so
You're
good.
welcome, ma'am,
But
sir.
Here's the fucking thing about it. It's not even necessarily about
pronoun.
how it sounds to the other person that you're saying it to. It's how you feel when you say it. When I say you're welcome, I feel fucking good inside. Anytime, it doesn't feel as good to me.
See, no problem is almost like a veiledly, yeah, it was a problem, but I'm not telling you that.
Well, I don't.
Maybe.
Like,
I don't
believe-
know. Or maybe it will be a
I'm
problem in the future.
I'm a manifester. I believe thoughts become things. So if you use the word problem, even if you're using the word no, you're talking about a problem. Still a problem.
Oh, you're introducing a problem into the
And you're and
equation.
welcome is never a problem. Because you're always welcome.
Interesting. You're welcome. What is it? But if you think about it, you're not welcome in your house.
I'm just telling you to. Here's the thing: you're choosing your vibration with every word you say, with
Yeah,
everything you fucking
people.
thought. He absolutely has to say you're welcome for everything. Fuck you, Ann. I'm just kidding. I love you. Here's my thing: every word you say, everyone you surround yourself with, the music you listen to, the television shows you watch, they're all affecting your energy. And you can impact it in a positive way or in a negative way, or somewhere in between. And if there's a couple of words that you can say that are going to raise your vibration and maybe raise the vibration of the people around you, fuck yeah. Prego. Someone.
It's maybe something that you say to somebody, and
You say prego?
I don't know. I don't know if that's what she
I
means.
think you're
but-
telling them that they're pregnant or they have really
Wait. She just took a pregnancy test, and whoa, prego.
regularly really bad pasta sauce. What kind of we buy like the Trader
Oh, it's
Joe's.
Italian for you're welcome.
You're welcome, prego. Well, there you
See,
go.
I'm learning things. I think that's one of the things I'm grateful for tonight is that I'm learning things from this
And
podcast.
our friend Ann has pointed out that someone who came from another country couldn't understand why we say please and thank you. Well, apparently they weren't British. Those people, yeah. Well, there you go.
Okay, excellent.
Prego for you're welcome. Well, now we know how to say you're welcome in Italian. It would be bad pasta sauce.
You were talking about like energy and the.
Hang on. I would never say prego in Italy because I wouldn't want them to think I was an awful American who bought prego pasta sauce. But I would be like,
All right.
I don't know what I would say.
Since I
I
grew
would
up in the
say,
70s,
no problem.
since I grew up in the 70s, my mom's idea of spaghetti sauce, which was delicious, by the way, she would get 2 cans of different, like Chef Boyardee, and then she would get like ragu or something, mix them together, ground beef, fantastic. It was the thrill.
I don't like that
For me,
spaghetti
anyways.
sauce.
That was that. So, anyways, but the mixing of the two was the special part. So then, in the early 80s ish, Prego came along, and it was like, it was a game changer because it was like both those sauces in the same jar, kind of a thing. Like it was thicker, all that stuff. So don't badmouth the Prego was the bubble yum of red sauce situations. I'm not saying that's something I'm going to eat right now. I think my tastes have been a little bit more sophisticated.
As someone
since
who
then.
is a quarter Italian,
You're,
I'm
wait,
offended.
how are you a quarter Italian?
It's the part that I thought was Portuguese.
There's a Italian.
Look,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. All I knew was you weren't Portuguese, but you were part sub-Saharan African, which I was excited about.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking.
Okay. So while you look up your 23andMe account,
Please.
I wanted to share something that I found because you were talking about energy and how some things are just sort of perfect.
Yeah.
There was a news story on the feed today that an 8-year-old Norwegian girl discovered a Neolithic dagger at a school playground, and I think this might be the perfect girl in face. Like, tell me you're goth without actually telling me you're gonna grow up goth. She found a Neolithic dagger.
They can't see that on your screen. It's so tiny.
Whatever. If they have it at full screen, they can see it. Anyways, look it up. The girl finds Neolithic dagger on a school playground in Norway. That's the second time we brought up Norway tonight. It must be.
Well, they got the good fucking Hubba Bubba over there.
Yeah.
I kind of want some Hubba Bubba, but it's got so much sugar. Can I talk about my spaghetti
Maybe
recipe?
you spit it out.
I'm gonna give you my spaghetti sauce recipe. Ready for it?
It's not as good as mine.
I
But
hate
whatever.
his. I won't eat his.
She
I
don't
love
like my chili either. My chili's delicious.
I don't like your chili.
Marital hate.
My Spanish? So I knew I was from San Miguel. I'm 2.3% Italian, and I'm 44.6% Spanish and Portuguese.
So where's the Italian? Oh, there
It's
it is.
right there.
2.3%. You're not a quarter. Quarter
I
is
don't,
25%.
but I'm Spanish and Portuguese, so I'm not all I am Portuguese. I don't fucking know.
You have Portuguese.
Yeah.
You know what? You need me to. It has maps involved. When
I can't
more
even
of
read a map.
person.
But in any case, that's not the point. The point is, yeah, I'm Portuguese.
What is the point?
So I am.
What is the point?
I'm 44%
44.
Spanish and Portuguese, which is the people from San Miguel.
Yeah.
So I'm Portuguese.
You're
Because
less than
Portuguese is
half.
Just less.
You're less than half.
just a skosh.
Half breed. Like
Well,
Cher. You're
I'm
like
literally
Cher.
a half breed because I've got all these other crap going on. I'm like,
I'm not saying that Cher is a half breed. She had a song called Half Breed about a Native American girl that was half
that does
Native
not
American
sound like that would
and
fly
half
today.
white.
I am.
Let's.
I'm also 0.6% Sardinian. I'm broadly Southern European. I'm British and Irish. That's like a lot of that. Oh, it actually, you know what it is? Is they updated it, so my lineage has changed. I'm 1.1% Finnish and German, so maybe my grandfather was never German all that time. This is confusing as fuck. But I'll tell you this much: I am 1% Sub-Saharan African, and 0.7% Western Asian and North African. So maybe we're cousins. Me and any one of you people. Actually, I had Facebook friends that turned out to be like fourth cousins.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Because you can you're linked to them on the interwebs. I don't think I have any new. I'm trying to find my brother. I have a brother who's given up for adoption. I've been trying to find him. That's why I joined 23andMe. I'm not a big fan of anybody having my DNA, but let's face it, it's all over the place.
They can transmit it from that chip in your neck, anyways. I just made that up.
I don't have a chip in my neck. I might have a chip in my tooth. Yeah, so far it's just my aunt and a bunch of second, third, fourth, and 27th cousins.
Bunch of schmoes.
I actually did a reading, what do you call that thing that I do? Human design reading for my second cousin.
Right.
She never spoke to me again.
Oh, okay. Maybe you're just too weird. Song by a half breed by Cher. The first verse goes, my father married a pure Cherokee. My mother's people were ashamed of me. The Indian said I was white by law. White man always called me Indian squaw. I don't think you could probably have this song today.
Well, there's your song of the day. Half breed by Share people. Sorry about that. I don't know if it's offensive.
See, this is sad because later in the song, we weren't accepted and I felt ashamed. 19, I left them. Tell me who's to blame. My life since then has been from man to man. I can't run away from what I am. So basically,
so what she's saying
she got shamed to death and then went out and went from man to man because of her mixed heritage.
I can't say I did much different. All right. So,
you're also mixed heritage.
And I'm also mixed heritage.
You
so
share,
there you go.
oh, and there's a video for it. There's sharing a horse. You can't make this stuff up. The 1970s, people, it was like they were just looking for weird crap to come up with.
Look at this. We have a new friend, Jillian Korea.
Oh, we know Jilly.
How do we know her?
She lives in Babcock Ranch, and she is an ex-coworker of mine, and we chat from time to time about Florida relocation situations.
Oh, we have a place that we want to move bad. Well, Doug really doesn't care, but
I want to move to Babcock Ranch and hang out with that place is like
it's like an HOA.
Hurricane proof. That's why I want to go there.
It is hurricane proof, but it's like an HOA, and we don't play well with others. Well, I don't play well with others. You've met Doug. You realize that he's like a lovely person who gets along with everybody. On the other hand, I'm not even like housebroken.
But thanks for joining us, Jill, because that's
I'm glad you're here.
fantastic.
We're glad everybody's here. But we're actually wrapping up, which is to my point. Like I think
it was
a
long
that
week.
We'd probably get more viewership if we started the podcast at 9. But we're so tired and old. Anyway, so that's not going to happen. All right, so I'm really grateful for we try to do gratitude every night. We would encourage you guys to talk about something that you. We will definitely go to Jillian's house for dinner one night.
Oh yeah, she cooking?
Dinner invite.
We'll bring deviled eggs. I don't know if you're joining the show late. We talked about deviled eggs for about a half an hour.
Okay. So anyway, one thing that we do every night is we go over our gratitude. The reason we do it is because we like to express our gratitude. We're trying to encourage other people to express their gratitude. Life is going pretty fucking shitty for most of us. Or not the way we want or whatever. Like, I happen to know most everybody that's here. I don't know Jillian, but I'm sure she has her own problems. Like
I don't know.
No,
She
everybody
seems to be living large up in the ranch.
Maybe she is, but maybe her problem is that I don't know, that she has too much solar power. I don't fucking know. But what I know is that if you focus on gratitude and you focus on the things that you do want in life, you tend to get more of those things. So let's focus on gratitude. And so, like, if you guys could comment with something that you're grateful for, we would love to hear it. But I wrote mine down. I am thankful for my pal Christina, who called me and gave me just listened to me today. She had some really kind words to say, and she's adorable. And I realized that I am a colossal pain in her ass at times, and she's just, I love her to death. I'm grateful for the pool, and then I wrote swan. Oh, I swam fucking 45 minutes today, motherfuckers. Yeah, swam 45 minutes.
And then I got in the pool, and then she proceeded to like.
What?
I don't know. You did more activity. You didn't really swim,
I kept
but
going.
you did
I was
like
just
some
like,
sort
kind
of
of walking back. Actually, when Christina called, I walked laps around the pool.
Yeah.
Because I can do a little bit more in a weightless environment than I can the rest of the time because my heart's not,
Titties are heavy.
Titties are heavy and they're like torpedoes when I swim. I'm very excited. We finished the Eat That Frog book, which we recommend.
Sure. If you're worried about productivity and procrastination,
it's a light read.
It's a light read.
We should have been done with it 9 months ago.
About we kind of put it away and
we should have been done with it nine months ago.
It was actually keeping one of the beds level, and we had to pull it
true.
out. No, I'm kidding.
It's got I don't know 120 pages. You could read it in an hour.
I actually have something that I'm very grateful for today.
All right. Well,
we haven't talked about it. I wanted to talk about it. I came across a job posting this morning.
Look really good.
For a company that does digital health, behavioral health, and early detection and support, behavioral support for all people, but particularly for people on the autistic spectrum. So, a couple passions of mine. Great creative, helping autistic people, and it sounded so good, so I kind of crafted up, like this homespun, kind of cover letter, and sent it off, and we'll see. I mean,
and we love the idea that they would address mental health problems in the youth. It's very hard to find a good therapist, particularly for adolescents. And there's a lot of kids out there with trauma, and if you resolve these problems when someone's a child,
Yeah,
they're
it
less
can only-
likely
it
to
can
be
only help, yeah.
carrying it on later in your life. Because I don't know about you guys, but we're still working through shit.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Every day.
Absolutely. And so anyways, I was really psyched about it because it's like an opportunity that I would bring some passion to, which I thought would
What was the line
would
I
be
gave you?
a game changer. I forget what it was, but
Your mission is my passion.
yes, or your mission is, or we share a passion, or whatever. I forget what it was.
Whatever I said, it was fucking
good.
brilliant at the time. I don't remember now.
But yeah, so at least it kind of got me a little bit more energized into like kind of,
Life.
oh, there could be like a perfect job. And I think that I think in the universe anyways, I think you get the house you're supposed to get, I think you get the car you're supposed to get, I think you're going to get the job you're supposed to get. And I'm not really into that kind of stuff, but I think in certain cases, I think you end up, oh, you know, Jillian and I, right? We ended up at the same company at the same time, right? That kind, you know, like the your orbits, you know, sort of spin in weird ways. So that would be but anyways, that job was, I got really excited about it. And hopefully at least I'll have a conversation with him because
Well, I'll tell you this much. Our friend Anne thinks that you'd be phenomenal at that job.
Oh, well,
and
thank
she's
you.
right. You
Thank
would
you.
be. Yeah, I think you'd be fantastic. I think you'd be fantastic at anything. But there was one company that you were going to interview with, and I was like, you do not want to work there. You do not want to work there.
Yeah, and yeah. So
We're not going to name names.
No,
but
it
it was
was-
a company that
yeah.
it's like
well, the thing
your
is,
values
you
didn't
need,
really align with
you
ours.
need to like really, you know, you want to fit in with the company's goals and stuff. And my last job was good because we want to help people with medical conditions and all that stuff. I mean, who wouldn't, right?
But at the end, you actually had some issues with some of the things.
Well,
that they
yeah,
were doing.
more so because, you know, I have some issues with Western medicine. I have some issues with you know, certain things. But I think in the net, I think you help more people than you harm. I don't know. Maybe that's a good way to look at it. But I do like any company whose mission is to make specifically children's lives better, especially the autistic community's lives better, for sure. So
Yeah, well,
I was
anytime
grateful
we
to
wanna help
at least have a chance at
anybody,
that.
but
We'll keep you posted if we hear back. But you never know in these days. 200 plus applicants on these jobs. You just never know. But I would if I was a hiring manager, I would jump at the chance with somebody that had a vested interest.
Well, and you have a phenomenal resume. Although
Thank you.
they're on California time, so you may have to keep weird
I
hours.
might have to move to.
Oh, you're gonna have to get a new wife. I'm not moving to California. Fuck California.
Hit me up, California chicks.
The taxes. Oh my god.
Maybe I could live in Nevada and you could go to that clinic that you were talking about, and I'll just commute over to Palo Alto.
There you go. I have another thing I'm grateful for.
What's that?
Yesterday, for those of you who were not here, and we're going to be circling back with our friends in a minute. Yesterday, one of the things that happened was I started using a hand gesture for things that I say that I don't mean, but I feel like I have to say because of, internet oversight and what have you. So now I made this gesture, but I have a good friend who watches a podcast. His name's Todd. He's fantastic. And Todd is losing his vision. And he's practically blind, soon to be blind. Hopefully not. Maybe there will be, let's pray for a miracle for Todd that things turn around for him. He has been doing all of the right stuff, natural health wise. And he's just a wonderful person. He's trying to do his part to help the veterans out and, just any people that are struggling. He's just a fucking amazing person. I'm so lucky to be friends with him.
Yeah.
And anyway, Todd, I said, listen, this is what we got to do so that Todd doesn't feel left out is we're going to get somebody to go to his house, give him a hand job every time I make that gesture. So I talked to Todd today.
Good work if you can get it.
I talked to Todd today.
Oh, wait. Okay. Good.
You're going to do that job?
No, I'm not doing it. He lives in, where does he live?
California.
Oh, 2 birds with 1 stone.
You could live with Todd, give him a hand job.
Yeah, sure. Why
Okay.
not? Free rent? Sure. I'm in.
All right. Well, I think Todd would be down with that.
What, free rent and a hand job every
Yeah, I think he might do
20
that.
minutes?
Well, so here's the thing. When I talked to Todd, he was like, I'm totally fine with that. I support this idea. And he's like, but I would like to make some specifications who it was. Yesterday, we were like, doesn't matter who we fucking send in there. He's fucking blind. He won't know who it is. But he's got some specifications. So Todd, if you're watching,
Hi,
I can't
Todd,
tell if
it's
you're one of the
me.
5 minutes.
It's
but
me, Ed.
Doug is willing to come live with you and give you a hand job. How are we going to do the podcast if it's going to be the marital?
No, it's too
you guys
co-
will be the odd couple.
No, it'd be too. It'd be. Well, here's the thing. Like, if I'm working at this company, right, then I'm not going to be home to give them the hand job. It's
Yeah,
too
but that's a
complicated.
remote position.
Oh, that's right. So then, what difference does it make where I live? I can live here and still work Pacific time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'd have to move the podcast time to later because I'd still be working until 9 o'clock at night,
God,
right?
we're gonna have to become. What do you call
Is it
them?
4? It's 4
Insomniacs?
hours, right?
3 hours ahead. So right now,
I-
behind.
No, they're behind us. Is it 3 or 4?
So you would have to get up really early. You would have the rest of the day.
No, I would have to get up later and work later.
Yeah, because it's later for them.
Yeah, their day starts.
But I've worked with international
Yeah, it
business
doesn't matter.
before, and usually everybody just works their hours and we mesh together at whatever fucking
Yeah,
time.
this company's got their crap together. So,
so,
anyways,
it would
Todd. I'm sure you're lovely. I'm sure you would enjoy a nice hand job, but I'm probably not the one for
Why
it.
not?
I'm not passionate about it. I just said I need to be passionate about the job that I work at, and so, and all you guys out there, if you've ever had an unpassionate hand job, and I know you have, it's not the best. But it's still better than no hand job, I guess. So there you go. Maybe, Todd. We'll just leave it at that.
Why not? He's a nice guy.
I'm sure he's a fantastic guy, but
very
I'm
thoughtful,
sure
and
that he does not want a hand job.
And he's very good to your wife, and he needs a logo at some point.
He's a nice guy. Yes, I need to circle back with him on that.
Streamlabs.
Oh.
I am very thankful for Streamlabs. Found it today. They gave us 2 months for free, and 2 weeks for free, so we can try it out. Streamlabs is a software that will allow us to cast to multiple places, including this Sunday night at 8 p.m. We're going to do. We're going to play Jackbox. It just to kind of give people a distraction on Mother's Day. So at 8 p.m. on Sunday, we're going to play Jackbox, and there he is.
Yeah.
And
Notice
so
how he
there's
talks
3
about the
hours
time
behind.
difference and not about the hand jobs from me. So thank you, Todd, for
So
ignoring that.
I'm excited about Streamlabs because it'll make it so that we can do more things for you guys, like screen share and maybe even have guests. We're not really sure about that yet, but we'll see. And then I'm thankful for Mike Wilkerson, who is a podcaster that I met in a podcast group where I was asking podcasty type of questions. And he answered a question for me that may have saved me a lot of aggravation.
Very good.
Specifically that Streamlabs can edit within that same platform, which
Nice.
is fantastic.
That's good.
And then
These video files are big.
they're big, and my computer really can't handle them, but that's a whole other story. I'm also grateful for our dinner invite to Jillian's house. So, yeah, tell us when. We'll be there. Do I have to wear a bra? What? Oh, she might have like a husband or a kid or something.
Well, I'm pretty sure she has a husband. I
Okay,
think
well,
the last
most-
time we talked to her, they
Most
said
people
they.
don't want me going in
so
there.
I don't know about the kids, but
bazungas bouncing around the place with their husband
it's
there.
bad enough on this podcast that they're bouncing around and things like that. But
I don't know what to
yeah.
tell you guys. It fucking hurts too much. It barely. You're lucky I'm wearing clothes. It hurts to wear clothes. Fuck this shit.
So maybe we do an after dark version on OnlyFans.
I'm gonna
where
start an
you
OnlyFans
have
where I just.
no
Oh,
clothes.
I have big plans to do
I
OnlyFans.
promise you, I will be fully clothed for every episode of this podcast. Promise you. You don't want to see that. It's good naked and bad naked. This is not good naked.
It's good naked. It's good naked.
Oh, well, thank you.
Why are you flinching?
Well, because you
Because
have.
I'm trying to touch you on the dick.
Well, a lot of times you would. Sometimes I
Am I
wake
gonna
up on
smack you in the balls
on a
again?
Saturday or a Sunday, with you punching my butthole, saying anal fisting. So sometimes I flinch a little bit when my wife goes like this. Like sometimes it's good, right? Sometimes it'll be a good whatever. But sometimes it's a wet finger in the ear, a punch to the butthole, some sort of yank.
One
of
day.
some sort.
Doug was on the bed watching TV, and I wanted him to play with me. And you guys,
You know how you have to pretend to
if you
sleep
don't
when the
know
cat
this-
is like poking around?
I'm
You
going to
have
back up a
pretend
little
to
bit.
sleep.
If you don't know this about me, I am famous or infamous for putting things on my husband's head while he sleeps, taking pictures of it and putting it on social media.
Immature.
To the point where my husband would go to the grocery store and strangers would come up to him and go, "Excuse me, does your wife put things on your head while you're sleeping?"
And imagine if I wasn't, the guy would probably be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." You know what? And it's like, "I thought that was you. That's so funny." I'm like, "Don't encourage her."
Okay, so it gets worse. So one day he's minding his own goddamn business, watching the television.
Laying on my stomach watching television
Like
at the end
this.
of the bed. Yeah.
And he wasn't paying attention to me. And so I had some hand sanitizer, and I just squirted that shit down the back of his pants until it was all gone.
She pulled down my pajama pants, put it right in my butt crack.
He didn't respond. So then
I figured if I just ignore it, she might go away.
So then, I grabbed a thing of baby powder,
Poof.
shot it down his pants. Still no response.
And of course she mats it down and
I didn't mat it down.
I think you matted it.
I did not mat it down. The third time, I did not mat it down. The third time,
You
I
matted
will
it down.
put you in the fucking... I did not mat it down because I would have had to touch it and I would have had it all over my hand.
No, you touched the pajama bottom.
No.
You were like, poof, poof, poof. Okay.
The third time, so I put
It
powder.
didn't work. I didn't
I put
flinch.
powder. He
I was
doesn't
like, I'm
flinch.
not-
It's like a paste. So
she's
he's got
gotta-
like a
she's gotta run out
like
of
a
stuff
paste
eventually.
situation going in and
Yes.
down his ass
Baby
crack.
powder and
Hand sanitizer. No, hand sanitizer is what? It's rubbing
alcohol. So it's evaporating.
Okay.
It's cool. It's a cooling situation.
Then I took a bottle of Pepto-Bismol and shot that down. And so what happened is, how did it feel?
Well, it was already cool and kind of tingly, and then the peppermint Bismo was very tingly, and it was all so gravity was like kind of bringing it.
So what happened is the gravity is like running it down, and it's going down to his butthole and perhaps testicles and what have you, and so he finally is like, I cannot take this. He gets up to go wash himself. So I take a picture of him. By the way, I have this picture. I'll sell it to you. And he has his pant. So he has no butt. Something to know about my husband. His legs connect at the top, and there is no bum. My friend Darcy had a baby. The week that baby came home from the hospital, this was baby Ivy, who is now like a full-on person.
Yeah, she's like 8.
Oh my God, I can't wait to, these kids, like when it's your own kids, they grow up so fast, but when it's somebody else's kids, it's like, whoa, what happened? So anyway, we changed this baby's diaper. Her butt, 3-day-old baby, bigger than Doug's. Doug has no ass. He does,
It's
however,
a disability, and I should get money from the government.
he does, however, have some pubic hair, as people have. He keeps it nice and trim for me. Thank you very much, honey. However, what happened was, between any hair that was in the lower pubis area,
It was my my back
I
door
know, but
area.
it was dripping down from
was-
your balls.
yeah,
so
it was kind
with
of-
it was
yeah,
some
it was-
ball hair and an ass crack, and maybe you don't really have ass hair. And then it just made these like little stalagmites of like
dripping down.
drip. It was
yeah.
like stalagmites,
was
and
not
it was
good.
like with like Pepto-Bismol and powder and alcohol, and it made it look like a little vulva, and it was so cute.
And you took a picture, and
I have it,
I jumped in the shower.
And I will sell it to you for a small fee. if
the good
anybody
thing
wants
about
it.
it, the good thing about it was that
What?
the whole situation is like you're just trying to I'm trying to watch a show or something, and you're just trying to like. And so, anyways, the good thing is that we had a bathroom off the bedroom, big huge shower. I could go and take care of this without further like walking with my pants around the ankles, scaring the crap out of
The children?
the children, and I was able to deal with this situation. So when I flinch when you come near me, there's a history of nonsense. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? But I can hear her do that, and I will just go like that, and she cannot gain entry. See, what are you doing now?
Butthole. I put some spit on it.
So anyways, all right, so needless to say,
sweating.
yeah, I'm sweating. It's 85 degrees out here and really, really humid. Florida, making me move to Florida.
Okay, anyway, and the other thing I'm thankful for is that Anne's coming soon. Yay!
Well, I don't know, Ann. Jury's out.
she has nice things to say with you, and she agrees with you all
She
the time.
does, and so maybe we can gang up on you when she's here and correct your attitude, young lady.
I'm just saying.
You have an authority problem.
I have an authority problem?
I have probably a worse one, but whatever.
Okay. And then I got some stuff in the mail today. I finally got my mascara. I'm so excited because I haven't bought mascara in over a year, and you're supposed to throw out your mascara every 3 months.
3 months.
Good tip. Buy the trial size. You just throw it out.
That's very good.
Anyway, and then I got drugs came today, so that was nice. I like when drugs
No, they
come.
didn't. Well, why do you talk about these things on the thing? Because what if the FBI is listening? I got drugs
Like, it
today.
was-
The
my
drugs
medical
delivered.
my
whatever.
medical marijuana arrived today. I was happy about
That's better.
that. And then essential oils came today, but they're probably on the front porch, and we never got the package.
It's possible. We have so many oils. We could.
We go through them.
We're like the oil reserve. We go through like certain ones.
So
like
we use right now. We have a diffuser out here, and we are diffusing.
keeping the bugs away.
We are diffusing cedar in it to keep the bugs away. So we're in a pool cage, but the no-see-ums still get through.
But it's adding to the humidity, which is hot.
Another
right now.
product I'd recommend that I really love, although I haven't gone through this, the ingredients, I should go through them thoroughly, but it's the doTERRA Sun Face and Body SPF 40 Mineral Sunscreen.
Mineral.
It's a stick.
It's a mineral.
So if you're like me and you have tattoos and you want to make sure that they don't fade in the sun, you just, and it goes on clear.
I have no tattoos.
Recommended. If you want it, let me know. I will get it to you at my cost. And if you want to be able to get doTERRA stuff, I can teach you how to do the wholesale membership I have. I do not sell it. I do
Not
not
a pyramid
sell it.
scheme.
It's probably a pyramid
It
scheme.
probably is. But
I don't
not
sell
for
it.
her.
I have a wholesale membership so that I can get things at cost. We use essential oils in replacement of our cleaning products, across over-the-counter meds, over some
diffuse
prescription
something
meds.
all the time.
We don't have any candles. We use it to make beauty products. Like, we use essential to keep bugs away. We use them for everything, and I've done the math. It actually saves us money the way I do it. Yeah, so that's it. So it's a trifecta of packages today. I get excited about that.
Oh yeah, you were all excited. That was the big three right there.
I was
That
like,
made your
3
day,
packages,
which is
but
good
they're-
because it's Mother's Day weekend. We're gonna treat you like a nice.
I'm getting 2 breakfasts Sunday.
two, yeah, all kinds of things. I have to actually do a little shopping tomorrow to make sure I have all those ingredients.
Groceries, yes, but do not buy anything else. I don't need anything. I don't need any flowers. Although
But
I'll
you
never,
you do tend
I'll
to
never
like
complain
the
about a houseplant.
you do tend to like the Ferrero Rocher chocolates.
I know,
Those
but
are good.
I've been really good lately of not eating junk. If I were to have anything, it would be like the banana pie.
Oh, maybe I can.
I like the banana pie. Doug makes this banana pie. He got the recipe from Jamie Oliver. Tell him it's so easy.
It's very easy. It's a banana fee pie. You can look it up on the internet. It's
Just tell him it's pie crust,
yeah.
graham cracker crust.
Store-bought pie crust. Throw 3 tablespoons of sugar on a cast iron. Melt it. Take 2 bananas and a half cup of milk. Put it in the blender. So you pour that into the sugar. Mix it up. It makes like sort
Lots on
of a
the stove.
filling. And then pour that into the pie crust. Put it in the freezer for 20 minutes. You take it out. You cut up bananas and then make some whipped cream. Put it on the top. Easy peasy.
1 layer of bananas, whipped cream,
But here's the thing.
chocolate shavings for.
Once you start
Good.
melting sugar in a cast iron pan, you find other things to do with it, like drizzle it on popcorn or, drizzle it on.
We did. We put it on popcorn one night. Well, I said I wanted the
It'd be a
banana.
little warm to drizzle
I
on
want
your...
the banana popcorn.
Oh, so then she was
you-
thinking, why don't you make the banana stuff, then
And
put
put
it
it
in the
in-
sugar, and then
and
drizzle
caram-
that on pop.
And put it in the popcorn. And I just thought of something else. Crunched up pieces of candied bacon in that popcorn.
Banana and bacon. What are you, Elvis?
All I can tell you is when I am high, I come up with ridiculous ideas for snacks like bean brulee.
All right, bean brulee was magnificent, and we'll save that for another time. Bean brulee. It was.
I come up with all kinds of
You need
amazing
a torch to do it because you have to brulee the
Caramelized
top.
onion and bacon ice cream. That was amazing.
That was actually
we
pretty
did
good.
do the sweet potato ice cream that was Reese's idea. And that was delightful, but somebody went a little molasses crazy.
I love molasses, but I went a little crazy with it.
So anyway,
We're about overdue to make
if you don't hang out with
us.
us, so again, we normally don't podcast on Sunday nights, but we're starting to do holidays for people who are alone on holidays. And so we're gonna play Jackbox on Sunday night. We'll talk a little and then we'll play Jackbox. And then what was I gonna say? Jackbox, them. Oh, we should talk to them now. See how our friends
Yeah,
are.
go ahead.
Oh, so anyway, happy Mother's Day if you're not going to be here. And we'll see you if it is Happy Mother's Day. And if you need to talk, just reach out to me personally. You can go to my Facebook, Stacey Hayes Gear, and reach out to me there. There is messaging through Facebook for this, but I don't see it as much. So go to my personal page and just inbox me if you need somebody to talk to. I will do everything I can to support you because I know how hard it can be. It's going to be hard for me too. But you know what? When I help other people, I forget about my own problems for a little while. So Anne thought she was dumb. She
was
not.
watching last night's podcast instead of tonight's,
But
and
that
then
happened-
realized it.
Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I accidentally
Yeah.
posted the day before's
So it
podcast
happens.
on my Facebook
Don't
wall.
beat
So-
yourself up, man.
And I'm like in charge of this bitch. and understands the comment about not expecting something. Everybody has different viewpoint. You're entitled to that. I just like to shove my opinion down your throat. Do you not like that? Well, that's what you can expect me. I'm just kidding again. You're entitled to your own opinion. Risa said absolutely about something. I don't know what it was, but
probably something smart that I
it's
said.
like past her bedtime. She agrees with you about having a wall up. Stacy, when you are so open like you are, people will take advantage. It's human nature. Well, I don't want to have that wall, but what I am going to do is set boundaries in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm still going to be me, but I'm not going to jump. Like, perfect example. The night we moved to this house, I came here, jumped in the pool, took my clothes off, jumped in the pool. Didn't even look in the pool.
Don't even know if there's an alligator in the pool or if it's covered in slime. There could be a dead person in there. Some sort of half a dog.
I'd seen a video of the pool a week prior, and it looked immaculate.
So she just comes out, not even thinking that
I don't have a towel.
You don't have a towel.
And here's the thing: my dreadlocks, when they get wet, oh my god, they weigh like 100 pounds.
They
They're like
drip
a bunch
for
of little
4
sponges.
hours.
They're still wet right now from when I swam today.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a shower cap. They have special ones for. No, they have not a shower cap. A swim cap. They have special ones for people with dreadlocks, but I'm worried about getting it off and on my head.
It's gonna look like a beach ball going back and forth.
Whatever.
What if you got a thing for your head that looks like a flamingo? Boom, money making idea of the day.
Dreadlock
Flamingo.
swim caps are pretty like minute group. I don't know if you're gonna find one that looks like a flamingo, but
there's.
Maybe I could get a pink one. You could draw a flamingo on it.
How about maybe I take a latex sewing class and I sew it up.
Oh, side note. One day I was ordering takeout for lunch, and they do this thing where they're like, add on 4 items or add on convenience store items, and we'll pick them up for you, no extra delivery charge.
It's very funny.
So I got lemon pound cake because it was the Afro Man thing. P.S. Could you make another lemon pound cake at some point?
Sure.
I didn't even realize this. Tracy. Oh, P.S. What the fuck is wrong with us? Hey, everybody, we have to celebrate Tracy and Becky. Becky is graduating this weekend from nursing school in Connecticut.
Woot.
Congratulations to Becky. And that's why they're not here tonight. But
they'll watch it.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about the convenience store run.
So this is what I had. I got lemon pound cake because I thought it was funny. I got Cheetos because every time I order Cheetos from this fucking place, they forget to give me Cheetos. Yes, I know I should not eat Cheetos. I have them like, I don't know, once a blue moon, I have some Cheetos. So anyway, I ordered condoms because I thought it would be funny.
And then she sends me out to get it.
And doesn't tell them what's in the package.
Young, like 20-something girl, like laughing. And I'm like, oh, thanks. Have a great day. You too, sir.
But the condoms I bought were ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah, and well, you can also tell them that you haven't had a uterus since the Obama administration.
Well, so what I'm thinking is we could use those condoms.
For what? Oh,
Shower
for your
cap.
head.
Shower cap.
Excellent.
Maybe we'll try that tonight.
Tonight? Yeah.
It's Friday night. We got nothing better to do. But so anyway, I think like instead of jumping in with both feet into the pool, I'm gonna get to know them a little bit. And if I decide they're not for me, I'm gonna give them a little space, and I'm gonna release them with love. And that's what I do with everybody. As a matter of fact, if you piss me off, I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you. Like, and this is so funny because none of you guys are gonna piss me off, and it takes a lot. It takes so much to fucking make me mad. Am I wrong? Unless I'm very protective of the people I care about.
Yeah.
That
Other people,
I'll fucking flip about that. But when people interact with me, I let them get away with murder. And I should not, and I'm working on it. But I'm just releasing them with love. And so when I pray for them, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. I want to feel better. I don't want to hold on to that anger. That's not going to hurt them. I'm not going to try to get revenge. Like, trust me. Karma always takes over. Every fucking time
Karma
somebody does
is
something
a
shitty,
dish
you just
best
have to sit
served
and
cold.
wait. You just sit and wait. And it'll take care of itself. It always does. Which is ironic as I head into my Mother's Day where no one will so much as send me a text message. Yay.
I'm sure someone
will.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, my friends will, and thank you guys.
I'm sure. Don't go into the weekend with that. Don't manifest that. You're always talking about manifesting things.
It's okay.
So.
We're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna have a fun weekend. We're gonna play a game with you guys, and I'm getting eggs twice, and I might get a banana cake, I'm gonna work on the podcast. So I'm really excited about it, and I will swim. But I understand people like feeling the need they need to put a wall up, but it's funny because like and I've seen this. I've seen Ann do it. I've seen Zach do it. I've seen you do it, where you're a different person until you kind of know what that other person's like, and then you are like open up and your amazing self. But here's my point: what if that person's doing the same thing you're doing?
Then we will never have
Right? Like what if I'm like,
we will never have love in the world. Yeah, well, maybe you're like that, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be like that, and then eventually we break down the wall and joy to the world.
I don't know. I'm gonna be nice to everybody, and if they want to be an asshole, I'm gonna let fucking karma take care of them, and then I'm gonna say, you bet. Just kidding. Okay, I know my sister has said thank you and any times, and I've said no problem, and it wasn't.
It was a problem.
See? I'm saying your welcome feels different. You don't have to say welcome for everything.
See, she agrees with me.
I'm saying you say you're welcome because it makes you feel good to say it.
You're wrong.
So you try it your way.
You're wrong. Ann agrees with me.
Do what you want.
Okay.
Who's happy, me or you?
No problem.
Dougie Downer, right there. I don't know what Risa's laughing about, but I'm glad she's laughing. She deserves to smile. Someone who came from another country. We already talked about that. Prego is terrible spaghetti sauce. I don't care what Doug says. The owls agree with me. They updated heritage also. How can your DNA change? I really don't fucking know. I'm excited Jillian's here because she's a new friend. I don't think has she ever been here before?
She may have watched. I think she liked it or something like on my wall at some point. So yeah, I don't. This is the first time she's been here live.
Everyone knows that California is 3 hours behind, and they filled us in on that.
Well, what about mountain time? Isn't there central and mountain?
No, mountain's like in the middle.
Yeah, it would be 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, Jillian has a husband, and she hates bras too.
I wonder what the husband feels about the bras.
We'll go over. We'll bring some deviled eggs. I'll start with the bra on, and if you take your bra off, I'm taking mine off too. Deal?
This is starting to get. This is starting to sound like dinner at the Villages.
Woohoo! We're bringing our mesh sponges.
No,
Just so everybody knows, we're not swingers, but we are fascinated by them.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
We don't. Doug wants to know who does the laundry.
Yeah, there's got to be a Google Calendar involved.
I don't want to have to teach somebody else the cheat code. I would do polyamorous, like where I had a few husbands.
Few husbands?
Yeah, like a couple.
You can't even handle the husband you have.
What are you talking about?
There's no handling of me.
Okay, but I'm just saying that if I can.
You know how much hand sanitizer, powder, and Pepto-Bismol you would need for multiple husbands?
Okay, but I would have extra income. There would be multiple salaries.
No, because and you don't like sports. These guys would be laying around playing golf.
You guys can play video games. I like to play video games. You guys can play video games.
Fine.
We can play sports. You can hang out with each other, and we'll have money. So while you guys are doing your idiotic mail things, I can spend all of your money.
It's starting to sound real familiar.
It's starting to sound real familiar.
No openness.
It's not
here.
exactly how it went.
Well,
in any case, I just don't want to have to teach anybody the cheat code. But what I did find out one night while we were here doing the podcast is my friend Todd knows the cheat code, and he's a looker.
He knows a cheat code?
The cheat code. The cheat
Todd Alvey.
code.
I thought we were talking about this Todd.
Todd doesn't know the cheat code, but Todd Alvey does, and he's a handsome man. He's got lovely children. I like the children. I'm just saying I could do worse. And I have a little crush on him anyway.
Fine.
Todd, I love you. I love both my Todds. Anyway, my opinion is being thrown up. Yeah, we can definitely talk about essential oils. I will probably send you home with some. I usually have extra. You sell Pampered Chef on the side if you need some new cooking or baking stuff for all the yummies you keep mentioning. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. We are going to need another pizza stone at some point. Today is not that point.
Why do we need another pizza stone?
Because if we want to have pizza for not just us, like if we had the kids over or whatever.
We have nowhere to put the extra pizza stone.
What do you mean? It's like this thick. We do
need little handle things on it. We have the Pampered Chef's pizza stone.
We need another pizza stone.
No, we don't.
But Doug doesn't have a job right now, so we are not buying pizza stones. But if he does get a job, we're going to get a pizza stone. And we will get it from you, Jillian.
No, it's Ian. Is it? Oh no, it was Jillian. Okay, because I sell Pampered Chef, and I looked at it, and I saw Ann because you moved the thing.
How dare you correct me when you're wrong?
All right.
I had to pay. I had Anne had a Pampered Chef baking pan that she had for 30 years, and she just used it for the first time. Their pans are amazing. Like they're so it's technically a jelly roll pan, but we use them as cookie sheets. And the older and dirtier they are, the better they work. And every time I've moved, I've lost some Pampered Chef in the move, and it fucking pisses me off. But you get a really even cooking. Your cookies come out crispy. They don't stick. It's basically cast iron. It's not cast iron, but it's treated like cast iron. It's seasoned, and you do only wash it with water, and it comes with this little scraper. Let me tell you, the little fucking scraper, you can use it to scrape things that are stuck on your counters or on your floors. It's fantastic. Do we have any other Pampered Chef stuff that we
Well, I know on those cookie sheets are like, kind of a tray, but it's like made of like a rough, almost like pumice stone. So I use it to get the calluses on my feet. I rub it with the big cookie sheet. I don't
That's
do
not
that.
true.
No,
What else do we have from Pampered Chef?
we had some other like gadget type stuff from Pampered Chef. I don't know, but
I
everything's
don't
been
remember
good.
what we had.
Everything's
We
been
got a
good.
really good spatula from them. We had a really good that spatula that you use every day. The only one that wasn't melted.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good Pampered Chef
Okay.
spatula.
All right.
They have good hardy kitchen hand tools. And if you need one, talk to Jillian.
Yeah, we
because,
have an in.
Jillian will the pans are amazing. They are heavy as shit. But I'm sure Jillian would be happy to host a party for you or hook you up with your Pampered Chef items of choice.
And we'll have Jillian call corporate and with your complaint just so
She's
it's
not gonna-
logged.
She just said they're heavy as shit. Oh no, I think all the good pans are like because
They should be, yeah,
The cast
yeah.
iron heavy as shit.
I won't cook in anything
Le
other than
Creuset, heavy as shit.
Past cast iron. Yeah.
Yeah, we're kind of obsessed with the cast iron. We cook in cast iron, the Instant Pot, and we have an Instant Pot air fryer, which is like part of the same thing. We do that.
Different lid.
Different lid. We have 2 lids. I think that's it. We got everybody's comments. Cheese grater for Rough Hills. Please do not. I do have.
I just made that
actually,
up, and now I'm finding
my
that
cheese
kitchen.
grater is a microplane cheese grater from Williams Sonoma. It was very expensive.
I'm not using the box grater. That's too. I
When
don't
you
have
go-
those kind
no,
of.
when you go to the nail salon, they
use
the
one of
fucking
those,
thing
the
on your
plates.
feet.
Oh.
Just get one at the Dollar Tree.
I don't have really terribly feet, so
Let me see.
whatever. I'm actually wearing sneakers right now. Because you know why? I didn't want to
side
get
note-
bit by the no-see-ums.
Side note: I got a phone call yesterday that a friend of mine had run into someone that I used to date. This person wanted to adopt a cat, and she said, "This person wants to adopt a cat." And then he had somebody text me that knows me to see if I could get him a cat, and he really wants this fucking cat. And I go, "Well, he's not going to hurt the cat. He might try to fuck its feet, but there you go." So I'm going to leave you with that for the evening.
I don't know why that made it as a podcast, but okay.
People want to fuck feet.
Oh, because you went from a foot thing. Okay, well, ladies, gentlemen, take
If you
care.
want to fuck
Have good
feet, go crazy. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
shit.
that if you can only perform sexually with feet, I think
You might have an issue.
might want to talk to somebody.
Might be a little left of center, but you'll probably be okay to your stupid.
But
cat.
also, I like to have my feet like rubbed and stuff. You do
Sure.
nice things to my feet.
yeah, I do. Put the.
I mean, I
lotion-
think I think everyone should fuck some feet occasionally,
why not?
but every day.
It's a little weird. All right, this has been a 2-hour podcast.
Jesus, I don't know how we managed to go that long.
No, because you never stop talking.
Anyway,
That's the thing. The weed kicks in, and woo!
Sunday night, 8 p.m. We will be here.
Happy Mother's Day.
And happy Mother's Day to people that aren't going to make it. We don't need you to come. We're just doing it
Come
as
if
a
you want.
service. Come, don't come, whatever. And we love you.
Thank you for coming tonight.
Thank
This
you
was
for
fantastic.
haters.
It was a good Friday night.
Thank
to
you,
spend
thank you,
with you
thank
guys.
you. You guys are awesome. All right, bye.
See ya. Have a good weekend.